Hello.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hi, everyone.
Greetings and bienvenue. I missed Secret Saturdays.
We are here playing some Kingdom Hearts. That's what we're doing. That's what we've always done every day. We definitely haven't missed literally all month of Kingdom Hearts this month.
You people may have wondered what happened. We ended Kingdom Hearts. Now we're back again.
Yeah,
for the sequel.
We're in Kingdom Hearts Brotherhood.
But somehow Kingdom Hearts returned.
We're in Kingdom Hearts RP Brotherhood now.
Once everyone, like, you didn't see it because we did it after stream, but we rolled and we have a gigantic avalanche killed everyone.
Yeah.
Now we have to do another campaign.
I'm playing a new character. His name's Bilbamesh.
Bilbamesh. Oh, man.
Bilbo. Back in Smash.
Well, I don't envy whoever's gonna have to tell us what happened last time today. But whenever we get into it, we will get into it. We will see exactly what is gonna go down for that. That being said, we could roll a dice to determine who does this. I'm gonna grab a random dice over here, and we'll just roll it for everyone.
Oh, just a random dice.
Yeah, just this one right here.
It's very kind of you.
It's just a random dice.
Why does every sign of that die say FOMO on it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do that.
They would never do that. That would be messing with the odds, and that would be unfair and mean.
I don't know where the dice went.
You fucking lose it already?
I dragged it over here and then it disappeared.
It doesn't want you anymore. It sensed your evil aura, and it said,
"Oh, there it is. I found it."
To be wielded by you. Okay, never mind. I came back.
We'll just put it right here. How about you? How about Zarel roll the dice?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love rolling dice for my friends. Hold on.
Let's see what you get. Oh, that's a 3.
It is very true. That is a true.
You know what? Reroll it. You did the recap last time. Go ahead and reroll.
Oh man, you're so kind.
Oh, that's a 3. Try again. Try one more time.
Oh shit! I get a free try. You're never so generous with this shit. So I'm pretty fucking stoked about this.
That's a 3.
Starting to sense that something's wrong with this dice.
I don't. You know what? Maybe it's here. Anthony, you roll.
Sure.
Oh, that's a 3.
You know what? I'll give it a shot.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to find where is it? There we go.
Oh, that's a reroll.
Oh, okay. But I think I got it. Hold on. I think I know what's wrong with this.
All right.
Okay, all right. Let's see it.
Oh, where'd it go?
It's a 3.
Oh yeah, it wasn't in here.
Oh, okay. Trying to put it.
I see the fundamental problem.
Hold on.
It's a D4.
It keeps asking me to re-roll it. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Here, how about we roll it on here?
Okay. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Well, I guess that just means that we should get a different dice.
I didn't think I could go inside of the dice tower. It's nice and cozy.
I mean, it's okay. Not that much actually happened that session, considerably.
Oh yeah, go ahead then, and let us know.
Since I rolled it like 7 times, it's only fair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, last time in Kingdom Hearts Brotherhood, the team fights off against possibly the scariest thing they've fought yet. A bunch of fucking Deathclaw Heartless with crystals growing out of their bodies.
That's crazy.
Which is a lot. But worse yet, they're a family. So before you start trying to feel bad about the families of Deathclaws, remember that they have no souls and deserve no love. But
it's true. Canon lore.
The good news is that the team does defeat it by first of all doing a lot of damage to at least one of them, and then Zarel deciding that fuck this shit, I'll just push him off the cliff. and realizing that, oh fuck, I am also on the cliff. Maybe this was a bad idea. Thankfully, Booyah, realizing that, I mean, I guess it's Kingdom Hearts, they might not die, but you know, it's still not something that you want to be doing, falling off a mountain several thousand feet towards the nearest forest.
I mean, let's be fair, it would have been very Final Fantasy if you died during that cutscene, so Booyah really tried to help you out there.
She could sense the trope. She's like, ah, fuck.
Would have been very Square Enix of me to kill you right there, so Booyah wanted to save you.
It's like, oh shit, no, I have to stop that timeline. So Booyah activates gamer mode, and by gamer mode, it turns out that she goes into shadow mode, and she turns evil. She's evil now. Yeah, there she is. And she goes all the way up. Don't worry, Zarel's fine. And she starts trying to eat the Shadow Mountain after we rolled a lot of fate dice to get that fucking mountain to be there in the first place, man. And Gilgamesh goes, I don't like that. I don't like this very much. This seems like perhaps a thing I don't want to happen. And proceeds to fucking grapple her. It's not an easy grapple, I'll let you know that much. Turns out that Booyah is fucking untouchable when she's in hyper death mode. But he does successfully push her off of the big shadow, and she's normal now. She's a normal person, as you can see. So we're sitting here with one Deathclaw egg, and also at least some confirmation that Lord Cube does have access to islands, because of course this fucker is just doing Deathclaw-based terrorism. He doesn't know what he's fucking with. And after the team talks about this a little, we learn from Booyah, it's like, well, it's not like exactly like, it's like normally that was my normal form. That was the evil form, like this one's my normal form. And then, you know, like my dad, which is a demon, by the way, well, was in past tense, or is, or continues to be.
We call them devils, actually.
Oh fuck, oh yeah, you wanna fucking interrupt my fucking recap?
No, I'm sorry.
You wanna break the fourth wall for that one, boy?
No, I'm sorry, you can keep going.
That's what I fucking thought. Anyway. Her dad, who is a devil or something.
You can call them demons, I suppose.
I'm gonna kill you! Gets into some beef with a whole bunch of key wielders, but it's very, very specific that the person who lands the final blow is Booyah, because of, you know, it's like, all right, if you take me down, I turn into a weapon. You're gonna wield that, okay? Okay, you don't get a choice. This is your inheritance money. So, turns out that after all, and after she learns with her master to calm down from this form, this one? Yeah, she calms down. It's, you know, it's still her, it's just kind of like a, you know, it doesn't work as well now, because it was supposed to, like, take the shadows to, like, you know, like, get a little bit ready for later, but now it's not gonna listen, because, you know, we threw her off the fucking Shadow Mountain, so, you know, but she's like, it's fine, you know, it could be worse, arguably, I don't know what it was doing either. It's kind of out of my control, so it's fine. We're chilling.
Yeah, the way that she explained it was that she's never had that happen before, so it might be okay.
Yeah, it's like, we don't know what that might. It's like, whatever. We don't know much. It can't be bad, probably. We look at our big, gigantic pond of these horrid little creatures.
Babies.
The beautiful battle eggs. And we decide that the battle eggs are welcome in our society, and they may stay in Zarel's pond. And our beautiful armor here is going to accept looking after. It's got states. This is the armor. We just had to separate it. It's complicated. Just you may be fooled into thinking this is Muna, but you are incorrect. This is actually just the armor. Muna's not in it right now. Muna's over there.
I can just boop. There you go.
There we go. Now the world is healed.
she chose motherhood over coming with us for now.
I did not do
chose
that.
I don't think she did.
I chose
Oh,
not
'cause
letting
they-
all these little things get eaten by death claws.
She has decided
like
to
little
guard
baby
the
armor.
battle legs from being eaten by death claws, while the rest of the team goes back down and perhaps tries to figure out what's going on with the big armor that has a gigantic island covering it. Because now that we've learned that those can be moved, it's pretty scary.
That is one
Pretty
thing. That
bad.
is one thing you guys can do. Yeah.
We can also do other things, I suppose. We could just go home and just close our doors and pretend this never happened.
You guys will be making your way away from here, going back toward the main area. Now that you guys have got a little bit of new materials you guys can potentially use to get better stuff. You guys have learned that probably not gonna get too many actual things of armor in this world. A lot of the armorers might be gone, but you guys sure can get belts, so that's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
You can
we
get a
get
shit
belts.
ton of belts.
Yes, I'm getting belts.
But you know, it seems to be fine. Usually whenever any of your regular armors or regular clothing seems to die, it leaves behind like an armor piece or whatever for you. So just have to fucking just start buying shit and breaking it and then putting the ACs onto new shit. It's fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. But yes.
If I buy a lot of shitty belts, if they break, I can just start gaming the system.
Exactly. You get it. You guys were on your way back, leaving the upper city for the time being. As you guys would have went back onto your truck and made your way back down the area. You guys do know this thing is still on loan to you guys from the peacekeepers, or I guess the peace takers now. So every time you guys do pass by them, there is the slight thought in your brain of, are they just gonna jump out and take our fucking truck from us, or like what's going on now?
At some point, they're gonna be like, they're gonna call us down. You know, they're gonna be like, okay, we need this back now. Like, okay, and we'll just start walking
They
everywhere
wouldn't just
again.
jump us, right? That would be very mean of them.
Yeah,
Don't
they would
jump
never,
out.
they would never do that. That's definitely not something that I have on a list of some kind of thing for them to get back their things later on. I don't know, who knows. You guys get back safely though. You guys are fine. You guys would make your way back to your main zone here. Upon coming in and parking your truck, you guys are now back in the dome of safety, the dome-shaped dome of safety.
The dome
Put
of
that back.
safety.
At this point, nothing has changed since you guys left a couple of hours ago. Most of the people who were here are still here doing their thing. Booyah jumps out, thinking back to the new things that you guys have now thought about with the new stuff. You guys now know, looking back on the big map here, that some people may be over at these mounds or over at the big forest now. That being said, the big forest is apparently dangerous. The people above said that there is one of the third of the night forces of this city have claimed that area for their own. You guys know that the Amber Knights are their own thing. The Sky Knights, I can't remember exactly what I named them. They're in my list, but you know the ones you got, the ones that your boy is in. They're doing their own thing. Sky Corps, thank you. The Sky Corps. You know that the third of them, the other third of the military of this world, has apparently claimed this forest and have like a fortress there. And the Amber Knights don't really think that they're very good. They don't really like them that much. They think that there's some weird rumors going on about those guys. Maybe you guys should never go over there, they're saying. But you guys do know that this is the, scrolling over the thing, the last known location of Booyah's master. So you know, might be something to check out at some point. You guys know that one of the large islands are floating above the museum area, which you guys believe is where the big knight armor is. That's something you guys could take care of at some point, but it seems like they're sticking around there at this point. You don't, feel like they're gonna step out of that, at least for the time being. I mean, it may just see that is like a big area of safety, and you're pretty sure that whenever you'll notice whenever the island is moving. Who knows though? And you guys also have the other island that you guys are shining the moonlight over with, on the other side of this place, over Nya. And whenever you guys take care of this area, you guys potentially can move the moonlight somewhere else. But who knows? Who knows? That being said, you guys have potentially some other questions or other things you want to do while you're here. Or you guys can just head right out and go somewhere else. You guys know that one of those areas to go to is not decently far for you guys at this point. You guys have a decent sort of teleportation network of areas around here now.
Part of me thinks we should check on our Sky Core guy. We did kind of just leave him alone there for a bit.
We have a lot on our to-do list.
We can organize our to-do list then, maybe, I believe.
Okay, let's
I will remind you, Muna, you're not able to complete the spider deal until you can get to the other side of Cherish. And you guys are waiting for the airship to do that.
Yeah, we have a lot of IOUs going on right now.
Yeah, currently you guys are only really able to go over this area in Cherish. If you guys head over toward this weird ancient city thing down at the bottom right, you may be able to get toward the area that water gob was telling you out on the other side of this place. But at the same time, again, you wouldn't be able to get back very quickly without any sort of transportation. Yeah. It's up to you guys. You guys could go on a big walking trek. That's something you guys definitely can do. Gather yourselves some stuff and head out. You could do that. If you have any other questions about what are at each of these areas, because you guys do know of certain things that are of interest in all of these places, I could remind you guys. It has been a month.
Yeah, it has.
What do you mean? It's been 50 minutes since we walked down that mountain.
Okay.
Looking at the map over here, Anthony, is there anything you want reminded of? Any of these circles of danger?
Yeah, there's a lot. We know the floating island is sedentary for now. It's full of people who are angry at everyone.
Technically, this one doesn't need to be.
We haven't gotten a heads up from Joda in a while.
It's very true. He was. He most likely is either still there or he has moved on to the next area of where the peace takers are, back over toward the new manor they have.
You know, like he went to the peace takers. Now they kill them for sport. It's fine.
Or he's in a dungeon, probably. It's how they are. That's.
I'm also gonna go ahead and get rid of this house, because while you guys could go back to this area, there's really no point unless you want to talk to that one everymans again.
Yeah. Anyway,
he does sell information.
Everymans.
Yeah, he does sell information.
That is the information everymans.
I'll put it there. That's how you know it's the info everymans.
Info everymans.
Yeah.
I would say, in my humble onion, I think the two of the things that might be good to start knocking down is it's figuring out the museum bit. Now that we know for a fact there was something of the lost going around there, but also maybe the transportation problem are the two main things.
Right.
The biggest thing that is the problem right now for the airship is that you guys don't have anything really that's going to be able to power it. You guys were told that there may be something similar of power to a beacon over in the top left of this area, because apparently there's a city there that has been completely fine from the Heartless attacks.
They're just chilling. Yeah, then at that point we have two options. Either
and
we
there's
can
also
go and trek to a
this
village.
like big treasure area, this like big pirate cove or whatever.
That fucking village, that random village is gonna be it's gonna be our fucking necropolis choice. It's like, do we take their water ship or no?
And again, it is a museum. There is a chance they stole resources there too.
Well, you know for a fact that there's nothing in the museum right now. There used
We
to
know
be a
that
lot of
there
shit
is
in
a
there.
huge armor has been the main thing.
Yeah,
Big,
there used to
scary
be
heartless there.
there used to be a lot of like things that was connected to a Cherished called the Lost in the museum, but apparently those things have been raided and taken. But that was the last place they were at. And currently there is a big old armor apparently sitting there underneath one of the floating islands.
Yeah. At the very least, at least in the fear of in character, I don't think I want to let a gigantic armor heartless just chill in there for the next 3 business days.
Well, the biggest reason that you that like it isn't a humongous deal for you guys right now is it can't get into any of the zones you guys are worried about. Like right now, it can't really get to the peacekeepers because of their weird white holy fire thingy, and it can't get into your guys' zones with all of your refugees because of the lighthouse. You're decently sure because of the last time you guys went out, you guys have gotten everybody out that is left in the lower city.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty
very
cool like
depressing that there's not as many people as we'd hope.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot. There was not a lot of people left in the city.
Looking back over at the big pool of nobodies.
Don't worry about that. I feel like at this point that might put it more on the side of going into a 20-minute adventure at the remote village, unless you want a 20-minute adventure boss rush before that.
The biggest problem at the remote village here is you guys have not made a way over there yet. You guys can teleport to this side of the mountain
and meet up with the dude,
but you guys will need to find a way through the mountain to get to the remote village.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be a problem getting there at some point.
Well, I was just letting you guys. I was just letting you guys know it wasn't like.
Then we go back.
I was just letting you guys know it wasn't a 5-minute adventure.
Yeah. Hyperbolic.
20-minute adventure. I was specifically.
yeah, you're right. 20 minute.
To be very clear on this, this is the plot. This is the main story quest that we've decided to go on is over here.
Technically, not really. This is where you guys are hoping to find something to power the airship.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. It is not.
Oh, yeah.
It is just going to make traversal through Cherish easier.
It's like one of those quests in Final Fantasy 14 that is like, it's not a required thing, but it gives you a very important mechanic that you need to do something or other.
We could show up to Lord Cube in our airship and make him look like a pissant for running around in a cube.
Just fucking fly up there and beat the shit out of him.
Sup, asshole.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of why I was hoping we'd get this airship.
Okay, let's get the fuel. I want to do this, Lord Cube. Let's go.
Let's hustle.
Let's also help this town with its screaming night terror.
You guys have two ways up the mountain. You guys could either just go through the regular zone you guys have here that'll take you to the little AI guy that's like over in charge of the little zone, the little thing, which is essentially, for people who were wondering about him, it's essentially like Optimus Prime. He has
it's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect, fucking Primal. It's not Optimus Prime.
Yeah. People were asking. They're still like, we still don't know who that, like, what that is. It's like, it's basically a fucking Autobot.
His form has been transitioned. I don't know what you're talking about.
But you guys can go through there, or you guys can go to the top of the lighthouse and transport yourselves into the area that you guys left behind before. That should be where your boy is, your friend is. Either way, you guys can get there within probably 30 minutes, but which way do you guys want to go? You guys want to go to the top of the lighthouse and teleport directly to the weird command center area that you guys have, or do you guys want to go through the big old 4G area?
I mean, honestly, why not just go to the command center? I mean,
you could
go to the command center, see what our sky core dude is.
Also, the sky core is the one that are fucking with the Booyah's master location for us, right? I heard that right. I'm not remembering wrong.
Oh no, that is not them.
Okay, different people.
It's the third faction of knights.
Oh, third.
Yeah, there are three.
Right,
there are
okay.
3 factions
right.
of knights.
3. There's
Yeah.
I missed
Sky
the
Corps, the Amber Corps, and the Forest Corps.
We don't know
And
what the third one are called.
the Cottage Corps, don't
You
worry
guys
about
didn't
them.
have. You guys didn't care and didn't ask.
Don't care, didn't
Don't
ask.
care, didn't ask.
Listen.
Ratio touch grass.
Listen. I figured they would have mentioned that if it was actually important, they would have clarified who they were.
Yeah. I agree. Fuck those guys.
It's not like they're at their wits' end and spread too thin to really think about explaining every detail to us.
Look, if you ever need to ask anything, just go back to Captain Amanda, and she'll probably give you the least amount of information she possibly can by reciting everything perfectly back to you with her perfect memory.
Again,
Yeah,
are
we
we
did.
sure we're the main characters of this game?
We sure did recall that, oh hey, the king has basically been cutting himself off for fucking ever, basically, from everyone around him, and nobody knows what to do, so they're doing their best without him.
Basically, yeah.
They're kind of hyper competent.
And they've now become hyper competent. Do they even need a king?
Trying to find the command center.
You see, they may be able to solve the whole issue by effective bureaucracy, but he can turn into a dragon.
Yeah,
So, you know.
pretty good.
Skyrim
It's
politics
pretty
went out.
cool, yeah. It's pretty cool. He can turn into a dragon and all.
You know, he is immensely powerful dragon man.
And bloop. You guys make your way up into the top of the area toward Gilgamesh's little trope, this little area. While you guys are there, do you guys want to trade out any of your items?
Let's see.
All of your shit is over here on this little black little zone on the top left.
Clearly, I don't need to get rid of anything.
Oh yeah, our beautiful flaming
This
skull.
arc has comfort.
Let's see here. Let me just go
Why
ahead
bark?
and drop off all of this material.
I love all of your just random shit you got here.
You know what? I don't regret drawing it. It really does make you know where everything is.
What were you saying, Lily?
I can't hover over. What is this? It's just
It's your
the
wand.
skinny jeans again.
You have to
Oh,
go
that's
down.
The magic wand.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's a magic wand, and this is
There
the
you go.
grapple wand.
Some of them are
There
locked
you
for some
go.
reason. I don't know why.
I had to draw on them.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
We'll do bark.
You're gonna leave the bark behind?
Yes, and
You remember what the bark is?
no.
It is an anti-heartless spark that will absorb them for one hit on like a. We want to save it for like a big, powerful heartless to do the thing.
All right, just in case we see Lord Cube.
Whenever we use it, we give the guy that we got it from cancer, so you know.
You need
know,
so
I
many
mean-
wands. Who cares, right?
Why are you
Technically,
locked?
Maria Magic Armor's not here.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
not here right now. You don't have that
Oh
on.
yeah, you needed to be locked so you could have.
You can
the fight.
take your
You can put
thing
her
off
away.
of
I'm
it.
thinking pretty good and pretty light. I guess I'll put away these, but you know.
I guess that's it. I need a bigger purse.
We'll move this over there.
Slowly but surely we'll unlock the full square.
Slowly but
And that's when
surely.
Tetris will really begin.
Finally, have more room for belts. And
I'm-
this candle, I still don't
I'm
know
very
what it
happy.
does.
I'm very happy about the squares. I'm glad you guys like them. I'm sad that I probably won't be able to use them for the next campaign that I'm planning because there's really no
That's
reason
a shame
for.
because I love the squares.
Yeah, but it's fine.
It's such a quick way to know what's in their inventory without
Yeah.
having to calculate it.
Well, I just like the little squares. I just like getting rid of them and flipping them over and having little gotchas.
Just like having gotcha games.
Guys, here's the big question. Do I drop off the two very dangerous potions in our story?
Which potions are these again?
They're the ones that Zarel and Gilgamesh were supposed to drink at the
Right, the
thing.
poisons.
The poisons, yeah.
Yeah, our poisons.
The poison made specifically for Gilgamesh and Zarel.
Ah, the potion made specifically for me.
I'm gonna call them just just how you guys know them as the dragon danger poisons.
If we ever need to poison a dragon, we've got the stuff for it, I guess.
Awesome.
You okay? Hello?
Anthony?
Hmm?
You cut
What's that?
off.
Oh, no, I was laughing at the dragon poison. That's it. I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have all this room for activities. Gotta need a new gun.
All right, if you guys are set with your things, then all of you would make your way into the area. Booyah would not be going with you guys for this one. They were only going with you before because they wanted to go up to the top. Booyah has lots of things to think about because they got to show their Engi form to everybody, and they're like, oh no.
Oh, weren't we gonna talk, Booyah and Muna?
If you wanted to.
Like we were gonna talk about like.
Listen, if you need to do it now if we're going through a 20-minute adventure.
Do you need to talk to Booyah before you leave?
I'm sort of remembering we were going to talk about some of the revelations she was kind of having about inner self and all that.
I don't know.
Let's go, women.
Do you have anything in particular you want to talk about?
I know what I wanted the conversation to lead to, but if you don't remember the context of Booyah's end, then maybe
not at the
case,
moment. I don't.
Then maybe it's a case of they'll do it later.
Okay, we can have them do it later.
Because unfortunately, I don't remember too much of Booyah's end, except the fact they have this other side inside of them, the anti-side.
Well, they seem to be perfectly fine with that. Whenever you guys had seen them have that happen, they seemed like they were sort of all right with that part of them. They knew that part of them existed, but they also knew that was why a lot of the other Keyblade wielders, I'm trying to talk so maybe it'll get one of our memories to jolt. They seemed fine with it. They're like, that is me, that's who I am. But that's why the other Keyblade wielders around them did not want to train her, did not want to be around them. The only one that was able to be around them because of that was their master, who had then taught them how to wield that and get into a more docile way about themselves, which is how they are now. It's not like another person, but it is definitely like another almost...
She took meds, dude.
It's almost like another personality that's inside of them. They don't really have much beyond that they're really trying to get into. Like, that's not really anything that they're working on. They're just kind of like, this is the part of me and it sucks. It's sometimes I gotta use it sometimes, and whenever I do, I need to be alone afterwards, otherwise I'll probably do something bad to somebody.
They'll fucking kill someone, eat their heart.
But yeah, if we need to go back and rewatch something, we can. That being said, you guys would make your way up to the top, going over to Gilgamesh's area, trading out some of your items for other items. And as you would, you would find yourselves, unless you have anything else to do. Anybody have anything else to do?
I think we're good.
We're good? Okay. You find yourselves, thanks to Hibiki, feeling the connection to said place, turning into your forms of light and zooming across the area, finding yourselves directly in front of a large floating face inside of a tube. Look at that tube face.
So tubey.
The tube's still doing good.
As you guys approach them, You do find that the machinery around the area seems to somewhat come to life, at which point... Well, there you are. Welcome back.
You too.
I had felt that there was some kind of celestial interference recently. Are you all right?
Oh, we're all fully in one piece. What do you mean by celestial interference?
I felt that there was a move in the skies. Something had affected the area about, but it didn't seem as if anything came from it.
We only know that...
Oh, the mine.
The mine? Oh, gee, there goes my thing. Hold on. The mine? There we are. Ha! Hoo hee hee.
I crashed into a mountainside.
And this has to do with the one that has attempted to take over this place?
They directed us. They contacted us directly to gloat. They do this often, it seems.
They're at the very least claiming they are, so...
It is very odd. I've been having some issue with them.
Really? Are they keep trying to infiltrate this place?
No, it's not that. It's just... Well, how do I put it? Myself, as well as my sisters, are able to use different gifts that we have to ascertain knowledge or power or different things. Myself, I am one of knowledge. But for some reason, whenever I try to gain more knowledge about this Lord Cube, I am returned with nothing. That is difficult for me. One of my abilities should allow me to learn more about this person, but it is not. I'm gaining back nothing. They have been either protected by some kind of spell that I can't sense, or there isn't anything to find on them. It's very odd.
That is very odd. He should have... I have no idea if he's specifically immortal, but he has been conquering planets and the...
Oh
who
yes,
knows
I
how
know
many
that.
galaxies.
This Lord Cube has been conquering things from far beyond any sort of recent time. The only ones that would have any chance of understanding exactly the depths of how long it's been are the residents of the longest living planets, potentially even beyond the lifespans of dragons and elves, which is difficult because there's not many races of people out there who are as long-lived as that. And if they are, you would expect there to be plenty of information to gain from them. But my spell is returning me nothing. They are either some immortal that has never had anything ever learned of them, or even the slightest hiccup in their rule, or again, they are being protected by something that I cannot get through. Something that I can't even sense is blocking me. Either way, I'm glad that you are safe.
Thank you.
Those creatures have been attempting to come into this place, but luckily the one you left us with has been able to interface with the mechanical areas here and shut most of the doors and the doorways and such. They were able to hobble their way over to the front door as well and put it back on its hinges. They have been rather helpful in repairing the command center.
Well, impressive.
That's what we're calling it now, by the way.
Oh, you chose a name.
Well, it is no longer a bar, so...
I suppose this
Makes
is not
sense.
exactly a place to have any kind of midnight drink right now.
He has not claimed it for his knights, I believe, his sky forces, but he has not claimed it. It's very odd. He has Mostly been trying to bring it back to operation before anything is said. Perhaps he's making it for you.
It's very kind of him.
I do not know. Currently, he should be in the, he should be out very soon.
So, have you noticed any, what are they called again? Those heartless with the squares in their chests.
Square fighters, isn't that right, again?
Yeah.
Ugh.
From what I can understand of them, I have been able to get some information from them. There is only a very limited number of them on the planet, which is very good for us. They don't seem to be able to reproduce as the other Heartless do. Apparently, as many as there are, that is just as many as we'll ever see. Which gives me hope for that other creature. Is that why they make funny
forms and then they throw money and leave?
Maybe. It gives me hope for those other creatures that were here. Perhaps anybody from that section of our fears can only be one or the other. So whenever you defeat them, they do not return, similar to hopefully the one you've already defeated, that creature that had similar forms to yours.
Mm-hmm. The Dark Defender? I don't even know what to even call it at this point.
It's as good a name as any.
It has a ring to it.
Alliteration.
So wait, you're backtracking a little. You're able to get information from basically anyone?
It is an ability that is mostly something that could be learned. It is a magic that is ancient, but not forbidden or lost. It is a a tool for gathering information. Some planets call it the spell Legend Lore. Usually, all I need to do is have information on a target, or at least for my purposes, with my grander ability to gain information, I just need to have an information of them, or sight of them, or anything of such to gain any sort of information I'd like. But when it comes to this person in particular, I'm gaining nothing. And again, it does not feel as if my spell is being blocked or destroyed in any way. But again, it could just be something far more powerful than I know. I hate the fact, by the way, that Spoofy keeps on turning my songs off. I want to murder it.
Spoofy? Why do you do this?
Spoofy, why?
Are you able to get... With the spell, are you able to get information like, say, a specific event that happened?
Usually it only has to do with individuals or artifacts. I can use it on items or creatures.
Even if they're no longer alive?
It depends. The remains of a creature could be harder to ascertain things from. I believe there are other spells for things like that.
I'm not sure. This world's magic seems very restrictive in some ways.
If you play by this world's rules, you are able to get yourself to a very high proficiency in combat potential. If you play by rules set by other worlds, things are more difficult for you. You do not regain that information or use that information very quickly, but it can still be done. For example, I have been learning from worlds that are far more advanced than us in different kinds of magics, and it has taken many years to do so, but I have been able to learn very strong spells from them.
Interesting.
Unfortunately for all of your exploits, it would be something that would require years of study to do, unfortunately, unless you've already put in the effort.
Oh, I've been working.
Someone like you would find it relatively well to learn certain spells, Muna, from what I understand of you.
Of course. I've known it's gonna be an issue, and thankfully, that issue hasn't stopped me yet, and I feel I've been doing well.
And unfortunately for you, Gilgamesh, while your world was very advanced in magic, you yourself did not seem to participate in a lot of that.
I had my own methods.
I would think it would be difficult for you to learn the magics I'm speaking of. Unfortunately, you just do not have the study for it. But, as a dragon, you should have plenty of time to do such a thing, if you ever wanted to.
I'll consider that. But
Speaking of you, Muna, I have been able to try to gain more information from the four of you as well, and you were interesting for a different reason. First off, it's been very difficult for me to learn anything from any of you except for surface level things. That is why I know little bits of you, but nothing of concrete ability from each of you. There is some kind of... Exactly. There is some kind of magic on each of you that is stopping my spells. That being said, I am able to now be familiar with your, in particular, signatures, your magics that you give off. And there is something on this mountain that is very similar to what I feel from you.
Oh? Well, I guess that's not too surprising, since I did get to meet your boy pretty recently.
The reason I bring it up is it is either one of two things. It is either some kind of artifact, maybe from your world, or it is a person from your world that I am sensing.
For their sake, it better be an artifact.
If you do not have many allies there, we can only hope that that's the case, yes.
There are few allies, but I wouldn't be so fortunate. She clenches as she says this.
Are you alright, Mona? You seem quite agitated.
Oh, sorry, the bark. I didn't mean to crack it.
No, I was wondering if you were alright.
But yes, as you were saying.
You're not answering the question, Mona.
Fine. Yes, fine.
Again, with the very much surface level things I have gotten from each of you, one thing that I can say of your three friends here, Zarel, that you do not have yourself is the three of them were very isolated.
Isolated?
Gilgamesh, Muna, Hibiki, all of them in their worlds, and again, this is not me prying too much, hopefully, were very alone. They had certain people that potentially they could interact with or be somewhat alright with, but even Gilgamesh with their brothers, it seems that you were mostly by yourself. So if you can understand something about them, Zarel, it is because they are essentially the antithesis of you. They are loners to the core.
You may be loners, but at the very least, we're all supposed loaning together as a group, which just makes it a group, I believe.
Yes.
Of course. One thing I've learned is that you're not alone. And though you may feel like Booyah for a long time, you'll be able to find that there is cooperation between you and what you thought was darkness, and you just hope you never have to deal with those that called it a darkness to begin with. Sorry, that's not what I was... I'm going to... Go friendship!
I don't think I like this legend more.
I too, for your sake, Muna, hope that it is an artifact of your world.
But if it is an ally of yours, I hope you find them soon. If it is not, I hope they fall off the mountain.
And they'd still survive and conquer a nation somehow. Anyway.
So I guess
It'd
we
make you feel better, we'd help you push them up if they were that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Also, do we have a design for Lord Cube? Because I finished the picture and I realized I never actually checked if we had a design for him. I just drew it.
Oh, there is a design, but none of you have seen it.
Okay, then
None of us have seen it now.
Not even
me.
Hibiki has seen Lord Cube.
It's just a cube. It's just a cube.
It's just
God.
one of those Space Invaders from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. They're just like pixel.
No, it's like the cubes from Mort the Chicken.
I hope you appreciate our yes.
I like the little crown.
Yeah, that's how you know he's the lore.
The fuck you, Cube.
I just took blackjack and I put a fuck you at the top. It's artistic integrity.
Oh my
I love
God.
it's just a cube with a crown and a cape.
It's a tiny little cape.
Incredible. 11 out of 10.
Well, you can get rid of that old cube art now.
You
Got it.
guys find that there is the sound of the mechanics of this place shifting. You guys see behind, coming from this direction, as the door shifts out from him. Oh, it's you guys.
Hey, Marcel.
Sort of not limping in here, but is very much staggeredly walking in here. Seemingly better off than before. You guys know that it isn't like an injury, it's more like it's a robotic leg that has malfunctioned. It seems like it's doing slightly better though. It seems like he has been able to mess about with it somewhat. Welcome. I hope you enjoy what I've done to the place. I've been here for a while actually. A few days of boredom mostly.
Yep, sorry about that. We kept getting...
Oh, we've heard. You've called it a command center?
To be fair, if I were down there with all of you at the lighthouse, I wouldn't be doing much else, mostly just sitting around. So I'm glad to be here. It's fighting off a little bit of the boredom. I've also been able to learn a little bit about the layers of different things in this area. So I've been able to find some tools and other such things. The door's back. I told them. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Those creatures seem to be less like the Heartless that are around here, less like the ones that attack the lower city, because those were able to just get underneath different like doorways and stuff. But the door seems to work against those square fighter guys. Sometimes they bash on it like they can't get in.
Which is very weird because we definitely see them, you know, squished down into the darkness.
Oh yeah, it's almost
Maybe
like they're, I don't want to say that they're dumb, but
no, they're dumb.
Either way. What all can you tell me about the outside?
What has happened?
I only assume. We had heard that one of some kind of celestial thing happened with all of you. We were worried that it was that Lord Cube.
It depends on which one, really. Because what we technically did. But that's over on the other side of the mountain that way.
I tried using some of the computers here to see if there was any of the fighter jets that we had left over anywhere within operation, but on this side of the mountains, no. There may be something over at the station, but I doubt it. With everything that happened with that large Heartless, I'm pretty sure most of them got thrown into battle and most of them got thrown into the water, so.
Damn.
If they're anywhere, though, they're over at the Gummy Station.
That is true.
I still think that that's probably a good place for you guys to go at some point. the gummy station was where each of you were going to go whenever the train came in. Perhaps it has some different things from your worlds there. Usually they try to keep some kind of artifacts on the trains, or even some of them get picked up on the way, that acclimate the people that come on the train to this world. So maybe there's a couple of things there that you guys are missing, or maybe there's a couple of things there that'll remind you of home.
I'd like that. Like it'd be one of the first stops we go to when we get the airship running. Can it go that high?
There's a difference between different kind of movements as far as flying machines are concerned. Upper atmosphere would be probably a little bit difficult, but not impossible. We had a, would you call it a flying? It was sort of a flying machine that was able to get up that high. You'd need to have some very special types of propellers and things installed, but it's not impossible to get it. I'm sure that if the people up on the castle city on the top of the great tree are still there, you should be able to find something to get you to the upper atmosphere pretty easily. You just have to get to the great tree. Once you get the ability to go to the upper atmosphere, though, I'm sure you can try to fight off that Lord Cube person or whatever's up there.
Mm-hmm. Marcel, you're one of the knights. How connected is Hestus Boa to any of the knights or anything?
Hestus Boa? Oh, right. Connected to the knights, not as much as I understand. They're a Cherished, of course, in this world. They are one that has been at His Majesty's side for quite a while. I wouldn't call them a royal, but definitely an aristocrat of sort. They're more of a scientist than a fighter, so not really connected to us in general, but I hear that they are the one that have figured out how to use the amber of the great tree in different kinds of forms. They're also one that have been outfitting a lot of the Sky Corps with the different forms of gummy ship travel that we have been using. Other than that, not much. I don't think they helped really much of the forces beyond that.
And did anything ever, I don't know, go wrong with anything that he's given?
Go wrong? Other than the fact that none of the gummy fighters we had used were able to fight against that large creature, not really. I hear that the Amber Knights really enjoy their armors, so I doubt that they've really had much problems with it, though a lot of them were also defeated in the fight with that giant Heartless. There's not much you can do against those things whenever you're not you guys, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, they were working perfectly fine. Nothing really to be any kind of complaining about, really. Cutting edge. It's always been odd, though.
What about it?
Well, we are different factions of knights, obviously, ourselves and the Amber Knights. There is one other that usually are just sort of the, how do I put it? We call them Ranger Knights. And the Ranger Knights, they have another name for themselves, but they usually keep to themselves. They usually go about different areas. They don't fly in ships. They don't wear heavy armors. They don't do anything of that nature. But the biggest thing that has always been odd to me was that they are a third of the faction of our knights, but they were never outfitted by anything with Hestus Boa. Hestus Boa gave us our gummy ship fighters, and they gave the Amber Knights their fantastic armors before they were only ever using them for spearheads. But the Ranger Knights, I've never been told they got anything. So either they just haven't bragged about them, or
they got something different.
Maybe. I don't know.
Apparently, there have been weird rumors about them, but we never heard what those rumors were about. Now that we know their name, I'm pretty sure that those are the knights that have taken over the forest.
Oh yeah. Again, they have another name for themselves. I just can't ever remember it. It's some complicated thing. But most of us call them Ranger Knights.
When they're humans in my world, they call themselves Rangers. They were poachers.
I don't really know much about them. I don't usually interact with any of the other Knight Corps. The only time I've ever interacted with any of the Amber Knights is because I've had to go to the Great Tree on occasion. The Sky Corps usually keeps to themselves. We usually keep to the skies and go about the different areas above, any of the different islands up there, as well as occasionally we take our gummy fighters to other worlds. Other than that, though, we don't usually go down to the ground where the Ranger Knights are.
You would traverse to other worlds.
The gummy fighters are fantastic. Any world that's connected to us by the gummy train usually is able to be traversed rather easily with the gummy fighters. Though sometimes debris and other things gets in the way, we usually are able to make a pretty easy trip.
And with the gummy ship gone, that basically cut off that connection to other worlds?
No, there shouldn't be. When a world is connected by the gummy train, it's connected sort of magically, I think. If we had a gummy fighter, or if the gummy train was still working, we probably could go to one of those other worlds still. Problem is, we don't really want to bring anything here to them right now, right?
That is true. But I was more thinking, why none of them have come here to check on the situation? As far as I could tell, this world just became radio silent from however many were connected, and none of them would try to come to see what's happening? Or are they not physically capable of it because they don't have the gummy fighters?
1 second.
Okay. I hope this isn't a dumb question.
I like the idea that he had to go and physically check. Like, it's not reality, but it's hilarious.
Ours will be interesting at the very least. Yeah, because it is actually finished installing.
Oh, hell yeah.
It actually finished when Foam was doing their thing with the recap.
Come on.
I heard the blue like, oh, it's finished installing.
We have now learned how long one recap is.
It was when you were just starting it, because we were doing that dumb bit.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, so now we know that one recap is the length of one download of Yakuza 0.
Dude.
I'm back. I had to help my mom with something.
No, that's fine.
It's alright.
Go ahead and repeat what you said. I'm sorry.
That's fine. If there were other worlds connected, this one just became radio silent, right? Wouldn't some of them be capable of checking on the situation themselves?
Very few worlds out there are as advanced as this one. Most of them relied on the gummy train to go back and forth with anything. There may be some worlds out there who could brave this place, but without a gummy fighter, it'd be difficult. Regular fighters or regular ships, while they have space travel, they can't do it as freely as the gummy fighters. Even I'm sure Lord Cube's fighter up there probably has its own troubles going through the darkness between worlds.
Okay.
But you never know. There could have been a gummy fighter off-world at the time of the fight. There could have been anything. There could be a world out there that is as advanced as this one that could send its own fighters, or we could be contacted by a different world at any time. just because the Heartless can't attack this place doesn't mean that any of the worlds out there have stopped losing themselves. And that's what Cherish is, the place where the lost go. The gummy ship, or the gummy train, was just there to help it so that people didn't just show up randomly in this world. The gummy train was there to sort of collect those who were lost. But without the gummy train, they'll most likely just show up somewhere here. Somewhere in the city, in the mountains, maybe in the other side of Cherish.
Or directly in the mouth of a Heartless.
The world is kind. Cherish, from what we understand, has its own sort of understanding about it. Maybe it's the same for other worlds, I don't know. But from everything I've heard, the world has tried to make sure that beings here have the best start that they can. Maybe it's holding off on letting travelers come here, or maybe it's making sure that they show up somewhere safe. But if not, we need to hurry and get rid of these creatures.
Exactly. Which is going to be a lot harder than we've ever thought. Because I don't know how to broach this subject either.
Which part of this subject?
The reason I asked about Hestus Boa is because he's basically betrayed the king and this planet for what he's been doing.
Oh, that part.
How so?
He's in league with the Heartless.
Okay. I need to know more things if you guys have more information. How so? Guys? Friends?
Blah. The quick rundown of his fucking...
What are you blawing to him is what I need to know.
I said a rundown of Hestus Boa's crimes.
You didn't say that. I didn't hear you.
You didn't hear me?
And
No.
you cut out for a bit.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I cut out because it sounded like, and you're like, he's in it with the Heartless, and then there was like a minute straight of just me going, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't hear that. We didn't hear
Okay,
that
all
part.
right.
Okay, there was a
Repeat yourself.
Yeah.
He goes with a rundown of Hestus Boa's various crimes that have basically proven that he is the worst ever.
I need you to specifically tell me what you're telling him, because this could change things. That's why I need to know exactly what you're saying.
He talks about how Hestus... Do you want me to say it in character or out of character?
It is up to you. I just need to know what information you're giving him.
Among everything Hestus Boa has done, he's experimented on people, animals, and other Cherished in a horrible lab. In the other place that this was connected to that has been destroyed by another being, but that's beyond the point at this moment. He has hurt both Siphius and Whisper with his experiments. He was working with and experimenting on and gave power to Cockthecot and other various people around this planet. And it seems that he's used the visage of the king in order to try to trick at least myself into thinking that he's working with the king in his evil. He's working with Lord Cube and moved the various celestial bodies above and is using that to empower Heartless, that he's also had connection to before they invaded.
That is a lot of very damning things. That being said, this is going to sound terrible on my part, and I'm very sorry about this. Do you have any proof of these things? Unfortunately, it seems like you said that the facility up here has been destroyed. You have said that he was messing with Siphius, but Siphius, from what I remember of them, they are not one who is going to get the people's ear. They have sort of been seen as a fallen Cherished for a while now. Whisper, I understand them, and it is very difficult for me to say this, but they are not that much of a reliable narrator. And as far as you're talking about moving the islands above, from what I understand, the only one capable of doing that is people from the castle. And where Hestus Boa possibly could be one of that, it doesn't explain that they've given the ability to someone else. Usually it is only the king that is able to move the different minds up there. As far as Kopglakot, I understand and I saw a lot of the things that were happening around that, but I did not go with you to Kopglakot's manor, and currently it is being held captive by resistant fighters, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for those of the upper city, the lower city, and even the Great Tree itself, the peace takers are not ones that are reliable either. They have near constantly been attempting to assassinate the king every chance they get.
At least one of them is.
I hate
it ourselves.
I understand this. That is, to me, the best thing that you can tell me, is that these things are things that have happened, and I will believe what you say. I'm not sure about everyone else. If you want to say that Lord Boa is someone that is any way against the people of Cherish, as a honorable Cherish themselves, you would need proof of that.
It seems that this is why Boa seems so nonchalant about all the things he's done. What proof can we provide?
As long as he has the people's ear on these things, if they survive the Heartless attack, if we solve everything now, he will just be considered a great Cherish, as he always is. The Cherish race has been brought down to near extinction. Not a lot of people will look to him and see anything but essentially what people consider mythical Cherish, an angel.
Mm-hmm. There is several options we actually have for some kind of for particular people's accounts. There's the small mouse assistant that he has that is basically realized it will likely be destroyed by Boa if it ever got out of our protected area, and it seems to know a lot about what he's been doing. Not only that, there are two other chairs that were experimented on. Their names were... Let me go look at them.
Survey and Scout.
Survey and Scout, yeah. Not only that, how... This will be weird. How often are the gods on this world talkative with the people?
When it comes to the gods around this world, we understand that gods exist, obviously, and they have their own worshippers from all over. But most people on Cherish basically consider the king the god of this world. The third dragon.
I meant more, are people aware that these gods would interact with them more often than on other planets? Or
most people consider the gods, if they are not worshippers of them, they consider them just extremely powerful off-worlders.
Okay. Because one of them,
which is essentially, this is no disrespect, but that is essentially what they are.
mm-hmm. We have met a couple of them. And one of them, Rubicanti, is one that dished out punishment on most of the people that have been working on that facility nearby. If there was any being on this planet that could be trusted in his words, it would probably be him, right?
Yes.
In Offworld, they're probably not.
We are going to need more than eyewitness accounts, though.
What about you? He turns to the big head of the jar. Since you've been listening in on this, I would hope that you would have attempted to look into Boa as well.
Oh, yes. Cherish are fascinating creatures. It is difficult to look into them, especially the mythical variants, but it is something I could do would I not be in here.
So you can't right now.
You are trapped in there? You have not mentioned this to me before. Trapped is a strong word.
Currently occupied.
It is a correct word, yes. It is, currently my body is in a separate place, as I mentioned to all of you before. Currently my body is somewhere else, currently potentially being tortured, but my consciousness is here. I was able to move my consciousness from my physical body to this place. What was that, Lily?
Did we know about the torture part?
They gave you sort of an idea, but they never flat out said torture before.
yeah, this was a new one.
What they said before was that they were locked away somewhere and that they had moved their consciousness to this area because this area felt like it was a place that they could do that to. So their physical body is still out there, but they had said that they were trapped. Now they're like, oh yeah, there's probably out there somewhere being tortured or whatever. I don't know.
So you didn't
What enemies do you have?
Enemies. I suppose anyone out there who does not like Cherish, maybe, or any enemies of the throne could potentially be seen as something like that. We sisters are very powerful. It would be just about anything out there, honestly, if they knew of our power. I'm sure that you already know that if one of us is, well, gone, our blessings can go to other people.
We got a bit of a rundown from your other sister, yes.
Currently, I can still feel that my blessing is here, which means that I myself am not dead, which means they haven't figured out a way to kill me yet. If that is in fact what had happened to me.
Are you not actually aware of what happened to you before you came and put your consciousness here?
How can I put it? I had awoken one day, potentially years ago, I do not remember. Whenever I had awoken, I was trapped. I was unable to move, but I could sense the presence of beings around me. I had tried calling out to get aid, but I was unable to speak. Yet I was still able to feel, and I didn't like it. It felt as if I was being crushed on all sides. I was not able to look around, but I was able to sense. I was either kept inside of some kind of tube, or I was being crushed between stone, or potentially I was being engulfed by some kind of monster. I don't know. But
did it
in
feel
the
wet?
end, I was not able to really figure it out. Without my other senses active, it was very difficult to understand what was paining me, what was crushing me, the depths of the sea, or even some kind of other pressures, maybe even the pressures of the outside of the world. I could have been lost to space or lost to the depths or crushed beneath stone. All I know is I did not like it, so I moved my consciousness to this place.
This is a weird question then. Can you use your legend lore to find your own body?
Oh yes, of course. It would be difficult, as it would be for any Cherish, but I could do it.
Could you?
Oh, right now?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Of course, give me one moment. You see that the tube seems to have the person in it disappear very slightly. Within the next minute or so, they do return. There we are. I have figured it out.
Please, tell us what you found out.
I do not know exactly what the position my body is in, but I do know where it is at.
That is?
I'm going to the map, motherfucker.
I know, but I've had to deal with her sister so many fucking times. I just now like, all right, I just can't handle it.
It's like, but are you?
You find, at least you're not fine, but you are told. Let me get their thing. Wait, which one are you again? Let me look.
The sister of the mountain.
Oh, this is mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
There we are. You are finding that they bring up a map in front of them, a very similar map to the one you guys are holding. And as they do, doop.
Ah, I see, motherfucker.
All the more reason to go there.
I appear to be somewhere within that area. Somewhere within the forest of that place. Perhaps I am being crushed beneath the mounds there.
Like a Keyblade Master.
Perhaps I'm being crushed beneath a Keyblade Master if they're large enough.
If they're large enough, yes. But that's a bit of a quite the.
Can you imagine if fucking Booya's like fucking master was a literal giant or something?
I mean, honestly, that'd be
like a weird thing to not mention, but it'd be funny if she hadn't.
It would just be really cool that a giant just stands up in the middle of the forest with a giant keyblade.
It's like a fucking it's like a treant or something, and it's just like you couldn't mention that your master was like a giant tree, and it's like, oh, I don't see race.
It wasn't relevant.
That's why she can't find her master. He looks like every other tree.
They're like a fucking giant, and it's like, oh no, they're relatively small in the last world I was in, the One Piece world.
Bit of a coincidence that you're in the forest that the Rangers have taken over.
Very much so. I don't know who you are, but you speak of your sisters and yourself as if you are Cherish, but you also say that Cherish are fascinating. I'm not entirely sure what's here, but you've given me quite a lot of information since my stay here.
You know the green wearing woman that was out at the library?
Yes. She's made her way around that place and talked to me quite a lot whenever I was there.
That is her sister.
I see. And you said sisters. Are there more of you? I have two sisters, yes. It's very odd for a Cherish to have sisters, but you may just mean differently. Interesting. Do you know where your third sister is? Or second sister? The third of you. Number 3.
The third one.
Oh, that would be very difficult. Unfortunately, I'm not able to sense the presence of my two sisters. Though it's nice to know that my other sister is around all of you.
She seemed disinterested in coming to see you when we told her about you.
Oh yes, I'm also disinterested in going and seeing her. We know enough about each other.
And I believe, if we remember right, she said one of her sisters is being held at the castle.
At the castle?
Isn't that right, Diego?
Perhaps then they are over at the Great Tree.
Mm.
That is what they said, yes. But again, they don't seem to know where the other ones are, like, precisely.
Yeah, not precisely.
So it could mean tower, fortress, fucking upper city, lower city. Who knows, man?
And knowing
there are 2 castles, so it could have meant whispers, although you've been there, so they're probably not there.
We would have probably found her by now if that were the case.
Unless you
Also,
let her drown.
Also, well, she's if I understand, she's like the ocean one, so
maybe.
But then it's like
maybe the third one is Sky.
I'm just thinking though, if she was there working as the warden because she was, under threat of her sister being harmed, if I remember that bit right. But that could also be that it was Hestus Boa that did that. So
what?
It could be this sister.
What do you mean? What do you mean someone that
can't believe it's Hexton?
What do you mean someone who came to them looking like the king of this world said to listen to them, otherwise their sister would be in danger. Watch over this fucking area for your life.
Yeah, that just clicked.
The many crimes of Hestus Boa, part 1 of a trillion.
I want you guys to understand just how fucking intertwined Hestus Boa is to this plot, and then I want you all to understand I have changed nothing of that plot from the last time that I made this campaign, and then I want you all to understand how bad of a DM I was that they immediately murdered Hestus Boa whenever they met him in my first campaign.
And then never knowing
how fucking crazily intertwined he was to the plot.
I hate this guy.
That's effective, if anything.
Well, it's effective in getting to the end, not getting not getting the full story, but getting to the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Like they were speed running. We're having some very bad minuses in our speedrun.
I've mentioned to everybody how I've always done my DMing is I've always basically created in my head 3 different endings to my campaigns. Like, and it's like one of those endings will go there, one of those endings will be the thing, and that was back then too. It's like this is one reason why I had to rewrite all of my original Kingdom Hearts plot at one point, because they took out the Hestus Boa in that campaign. And again, I wasn't a great DM then. I didn't know how to say no, essentially was the thing there. It was crazy. They got a ending.
They sure got a ending.
I don't know if we'll get B or C.
It's like the ending F in Nier, where they just make you do like a rhythm game or something. It's like
Jesus Christ.
I think their ending was all right. They got to know most of it. They just didn't get to know the most important parts of it.
Fucking Hestus Boa, that bastard.
I just love how Emerald just like casually cracks it while thinking about it too hard. Nearly gives
I like
an
thinking
aneurysm.
hard about these games, okay? Leave me alone.
I respect you for it. I didn't say it was bad.
Because
You
of
keep
how
thinking
things
harder.
because of how things have changed since I've been like streaming these games, it's actually pretty interesting to me. For example, you guys may not understand what's going on right now in Zelda, but recently
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I literally went literally the last day. I'm like, wonder what they're doing, and you guys are beating up my mom.
it was it wasn't
fuck?
your mom. It was technically a clay puppet. Anyway,
I mean, I figured that one out after the fact, but I literally was just like, I need to go clip something. Oh, these guys are looking. I guess I'll go look. That's my mom. Why are they beating up my mom?
Why did they fucking do that?
what I'm trying to say with that is one of the things that happened there was if you one of the things that were brought up by Oscar was, hey, you have all these strong people, maybe you can use the strong people to hold on to these guys so that the fight will be easier. And that was a thing that I had put in there to where if you guys went straight into to go fight the Sheikah, you wouldn't have had that option. You would have had like 2 guys you could use to grab people. But instead, you guys went to all the other places first, grabbed all of the NPCs that could help you, and brought them all there. And so you were able to take out like 5 people from the initiative because of that. It's like I've had to make my games now since streaming them. I've had to make my games to where I give you guys good things for exploring. And you guys always usually do. You guys always explore everything and figure everything out. That was not how the games were before they were streamed. Before they were streamed, people were just like, let's do whatever. Plow through. But yeah.
Instead of doing the Brennan Lee Mulligan thing of stopping the river every so often, they just went down the mountain like a fucking ball or fucking avalanche.
Just jump in the river and let it take them.
This river is not going downwards. It's somehow deviated into an inverse waterfall and it's floating up. We do not know how to fix it.
And again, that's not like a bad thing, obviously. Like if people want to play certain things like that, they can play certain things like that. But like it definitely was a different thing than what I've had to change about how I DM a lot. And I'm liking it. I like giving you guys stuff for exploring everything and letting different boss encounters or just encounters in general be somewhat trivialized because you guys went everywhere and picked up every pine cone.
Let's go pine cone.
You picked up all the special pine cones, and now you can one-shot Lord Dragon. It's just how it goes.
Lightly taps Lord Dragon. He falls over dead.
We found all the pine cones.
we finally show up to fight Hestus and we go, you see, we have collected all of the water materials to create a waterfall.
And now we're gonna swoop you off of the fucking Twee with a waterfall.
We're just gonna drown you.
Just stand still while we maneuver all the waterfall material.
Yeah, go ahead and try to drown him. Sure, man.
You see, we found every piece of elemental material and pushed them all together into one rainbow material. Die.
You're gonna beat him with the gay?
Yes.
Gay marriage.
What we did is we decided to give all of our stats and items to Zarel, so Zarel's gonna one-shot you as a level 9 billion.
But yeah,
it's not
as far as we might think he does, he may also be homophobic. So honestly, at this point, anything is possible.
It just goes to like how I've sort of like evolved being around you guys and like everybody, because like again, when it comes to the very beginning of things, I'm like, no, if there's gonna be a fight, we need to have a fight. And so then I stopped having a lot of fights because I stopped really feeling like they were taking over. I didn't want like a fight to be an entire session. So I stopped doing a lot of fights. I stopped doing a lot of random encounters and stuff. But then people are like, oh, we never get random encounters. We never get fights. So I was thinking, what could I do for things? If I do this, though, they're just going to trivialize it. And that's dumb. And then I'm like, no, let them trivialize it. That's where my brain has been the past like couple of years. It's just been like, no, if they trivialize it, they trivialize it. They went and found fucking this dude who has like the super weapon. Fuck it. Let them trash this dude because they did that. I don't give a fuck.
Let's have the funniest combats in the world where we just trivialize every creature that comes at us. I think that's just fun.
Then every enemy just becomes a fucking squeaky chew toy.
It just means when we have to fight the actual bad guys, we can struggle.
It's just when we have to fight God, then we have to figure it out, I guess.
Then we have to like think a little.
No, we have to find out how to trivialize God.
Just like in Hollow Knight.
What is God to a non-believer?
As you go to the fucking Kefka fight, and they're like, hold on, my music has like 4 stages. You can't just beat me in one hit.
Watch me, bitch.
I found all the pine cones.
You found all the pine cones, bitch.
No, you can't trivialize me.
Fuck you, Chuckles. Whatcha?
Anyway, back to what we're doing.
Yeah.
After the bullshit, let's go.
As they mention, you know, yeah, it does seem to come to you, Hibiki, that you were told that the third dragon, the third dragon seemed to have told her sister that she had to be a warden for that place because they had their other sister apparently locked up at the castle or whatever. Sucks to suck.
That was definitely Hestus Boa doing that. God fucking.
Oh, like he's pulled that trick like he pulled on you.
Yes.
And whispered.
It seems like he's done this a lot.
It must be easy to impersonate a king who lives in apathy.
Interesting. So if
By
you were
the
able to
way-
figure out if you were able to collect these three women, then maybe you could use them with their vast powers, or at least their understandings of each other's situations, to maybe prove what's going on with Hestus Boa.
I'm going to say that's probably true, but did you have to word it like they're collectible?
You have to
items?
collect the women. You have to find each women, and you have to put them in your women
Each
bag.
women.
Okay, I have to agree with Mona. It sounds a little weird.
It's just okay, fine. Yeah. We have to collect the women. Gotta get them all. Gotta.
Gotta
Incredible
get-
sense of humor on this man.
No, I'm definitely joking, but it does seem as if you are able to find the three of them, reunite them in some way, you could either have the one here use their spell to maybe learn more information. I'm sure that the third dragon would understand that would be something that could work. Or you could use one of the other two's blessings that they have to maybe prove something else. It seems like a good way to go about getting the people on your side if you have another Cherished being the one doing it. One that has apparently been a large victim in this.
You've run into quite a few victims in this.
It wouldn't be at that point a bunch of off-worlders and a newly hatched Cherish. It would be one that has been apparently victimized by them for around 40 years.
And then can we kill him? I just think we should just kill him outright and all honest.
You do whatever you wouldn't feel like you need to do. I'm just letting you know what exactly would go down, what exactly would happen with the people.
So there is this thing we did in our world that I think would be fantastic here. Have you ever heard of
Oh,
a
please.
guillotine?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have. We've seen one.
I think we should use it.
It's like you just see Zarel. You mean this? Pulls out the severing fucking shield.
Is that what that's called?
I thought we just called out a flying knife.
There's a good plan to get these sisters back together. But they... He obviously had them separated for a reason if he went out of his way to do that. Trap one. Make the other work for him. And whatever happened to the third one that seems completely missing in all of this.
If he went out of his way to get Whisper to aid him, one of the strongest combatants in the world, him going out of their way to get these three sisters to aid him means that they are most likely on par with that. They're not someone that he felt like he needed to get rid of. They're someone he felt like he needed to have under his control. Getting these three sisters together could be even if it doesn't do what we want and prove the innocence or prove the guilt of Hestus Boa, it could give a powerful tool to us and get a powerful tool away from him.
Exactly. Damn.
It all leads back to one person. Even they themselves seem to be under another. Now, I'm not sure it's cured.
What are you meaning?
What that is meant. If I know what it's like to deal with what's the word? Megalomaniacs. My brothers, both of them are, in their own ways. Boa, working with Cube. Cube wants to blow the world up and leave.
Yeah, he wants to steal resources and leave.
That's what I said. In any case, Boa doesn't seem so destructive. He's doing something else. Cube doesn't seem to have command over Heartless. His creatures were just corrupted.
You seem to think that maybe, even though Lord Cube is the one coming to this world and seemingly having all the resources to take it over, you think that Hestus Boa may be trying to do something with him instead of working for him?
The manipulator manipulates everything around them and everyone.
From what we understand of Lord Cube, he is a galactic level threat. If Hestus Boa is able to find a way to use him instead of the other way around, we could be at a very bad crossroads.
It might be a bit more complicated than that. Minds like this, especially with politics and all that kind of stuff, they think they're using each other, ready to stab each other in the back, thinking they're smarter than the other, so there's a chance they could destroy each other, but we shouldn't give them the chance to succeed.
The one thing we can probably understand, Fairy coming out of the beard, is that from what we have heard of this Lord Cube, I do not like his chances of being the manipulator. He may be powerful, he may be one that's going around destroying worlds, but I feel like the one actually pulling the strings has to be the smarter Boa. We heard how he just was a couple of hours ago. He seems to be almost cartoonish.
I'm not sure what that word means, but it feels apt.
In another way, childish.
I understand that word. It seems apt.
He may be childish, but he has what appears to be a doomsday weapon that just seems to hover above our world. And the one person who can do anything about it, well, I guess the two. One of them, we don't know where they are any longer, if they even still exist, or two is the third dragon. Unfortunately, he's not willing to use his power until he has no other choice. I don't know if he could even do anything to it. If they are being corrupted by the Heartless, they may be something that even the third dragon can't destroy. At least not permanently.
It seems that we must once again clean up the mess of this world. We can't kill Heartless.
My world, but yeah. The only other thing I've seen work on his things are the Terra Defenders.
Well, we can't tap into their power as well as you. We can still tap into it.
Exactly.
There is a very important question that I need to ask then.
Yes.
You were given that thing to use your coin with by here, right?
Yes.
You have found whatever it was here.
Yes, this planet seemed to have had their own set of Terra Defenders, but they were unnecessary, so they left dormant for who knows how long.
I don't know anything about those, but I do know of another being that had came from here.
Really?
If something that has the technology of whatever these Terra Defenders are able to destroy or harm Lord Cube in some way, perhaps it could as well.
A new weapon.
Not a new weapon. The same weapon we've been using in this world since the beginning. The same weapon that we've been aiding as far as the Sky Corps is concerned since the inception of our knighthood.
That great defender that fell to the chaos side.
Yes.
I had a feeling.
We don't know what happened to it. We don't know where it is after it fought that creature. But it was the only thing other than whatever you guys did with that lighthouse that seemed to hurt anything of that size. It was the only thing not bouncing off of a thing. It was the only thing that seemed to hurt it. By the time everything went down, it was the Great Protector, I believe at the least, that was the reason that that large thing got stopped in any way. You believe that the Great Protector was the reason that they split into those other dark sides? It was the only thing I'd seen doing anything to that creature. If we can get it, it could destroy Lord Cube.
So we have the Great Protector. And was it a falcon? Was it like, what kind of bird was the
Some kind of bird.
Just some kind of bird.
You haven't seen it too easily yet. It's a bird.
It's a moody bird that's hiding itself in the refinery.
Yeah, moody bird.
So you have the Great Protector and a giant bird. Of the ones that are left.
I don't think I could ever understand the mechanics behind these creatures.
The Great Protector was something that's been far researched by way smarter people than I. The Great Protector is a being that had been brought to this world a long time ago. It's sort of mind-boggling what it could be. It's a machine, we think, but it seems to have some kind of a shell or some kind of a skin to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's large and terrifying. And whenever it went against that creature, it performed moves I've never seen it do in all my time of being in the Sky Corps. It was able to produce beams of light that shredded that thing. It was the reason it got tore off of the great tree.
That definitely sounds like a power beast could do.
It doesn't remind me of any of your suits, however. It doesn't remind me of any of those colorful things. It was dark as night. It was almost like watching a beast of its own, another Heartless fighting against it.
Interesting. So we reawaken this defender, and they can kill Cube.
Reawakening it is difficult. We'd have to find it first. That's why I'd had you guys go and try to find my control before.
Mm.
It can't possibly be that difficult.
We have that, correct?
You do have that now.
Yeah.
By the way, since you mentioned it, he will hand him over what he thinks is the control.
You were able to find it. Also, thank you for the raid, people from Dragon's Den. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Mwah.
Oh, it always feels good to hit in a quest that you got like a million years ago.
This is like the first quest.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
The first quest is done. I am sorry. We were talking about all kinds of things. I meant to give this back to you as soon as possible.
No need to be sorry at all. With this, we are a lot closer to finding the Great Protector. If he still exists on this world, this should be able to find him.
And if there's anyone left that knows how to activate it, well, if there isn't anyone left who knows how to activate it, we just motion to the tube. This one can find us lore on it, right?
Hopefully, quite easily, yes. I would just need it to be here and to know it still exists. If we can get it up, if we can somehow, I don't know why it's been dormant if it still exists, but he brings a small, what appears to be a small gem from his belt over toward the device As he does, he seems to insert it as if almost like a battery, you would note, Hibiki. As he has this almost like this small shard of a gem, he slides it into the back of it. As he does, the device seems to somewhat power on. No, it's still here.
What was that?
This is a gem artificially made of some kind of a gem that we had found inside of the Great Protector.
Impressive alchemy.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say it was impressive alchemy. It was done by Hestus Boa.
I no longer think it's that impressive.
So
Don't worry, this thing is far different than him. Hestus Boa has never been able to get this to work. Only people of the Sky Corps have ever been able to get it to work. He may have created the power, I suppose, that was able to awaken this off-worlder, but he was never able to use it. He was never the master of the Great Protector.
So then,
We just need to find it now. I can spend some time here hoping to search for it, but it shouldn't be far from where it was fighting. It was fighting near the, well, the destruction that had happened whenever the creature destroyed the dam. So I'm guessing it's either somewhere in the waters or it's somewhere around the Great Tree. If not, I don't think it's in the upper city, seeing how the upper city, no one says it's there, but maybe the mountains to the west of it, or unfortunately, maybe the forest to the south of it.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think Booyah said what specifically happened to the Great Protector, right?
Nope. They said that she said that her and her master went to help the Great Protector, but she was basically backhanded out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, so she wasn't actually there when they were fighting.
Yeah, the apparently, according to him, he didn't see the other, like, he hasn't mentioned the other Keyblader doing anything. He mentioned that the Great Protector was the one that fought against that thing. So according, at least as far as we understand of the timeline of events, Booyah's master probably was also back swatted out of the sky, because he's not mentioned a single thing of him flying through the air.
You didn't notice any, like, small people fighting it alongside the Great Protector?
Small people fighting alongside? I was mostly trying to get inside of my gummy fighter. I'd never noticed anybody else going at it. We have been keeping our eye on the sky as well, hoping to see the third dragon make their way out.
Because what we know is that Booyah and her master, they also want to go fight that thing and back up the Protector.
They either showed up after we were knocked from the sky, or they showed up... No, it would have had to have been then. Again, whenever I was fighting, we weren't able to put up much of a fight at all. We were knocked away, and that's whenever my leg got busted. Whenever I landed, I tried to find as many people as I could, but everything was flooding, and I had only could get away. A lot of my men found me and dragged me away, as you all were about, but I was able to see it while I was on the ground. The Great Protector firing off that large amount of light. It was the Great Protector that did this, not anyone else. Not from where I saw.
If it was at the base of the tree, could it have fallen into the underforest?
Maybe. If there is something like that there, but I wonder if that could even be possible. If the water could make its way into the underforest, then it would most likely flood it. But it could definitely just be within the reservoir of water there. There's enough water there to cover up it several times over.
Well, it's good our companion has gained the friendship of some water people, water deities. Is that correct, Zarel?
That's about right.
Maybe it could help us.
Roughly.
You believe it was roughly?
It's like, it was roughly the sea, but yeah.
Yeah.
All water flows back to the ocean eventually, probably. I don't know. I lived on the mountain. But
I'll do what I can here. I'll see if I can find anything that gives word to where the Great Protector might be, and see if there's anything I can do to maybe activate it remotely. If I can, then we could be near the end of this. If the Great Protector wakes up, those heartless on the ground won't stand a chance.
it's not the heartless on the ground I worry about. It's the heartless that haven't shown up yet.
I was about to say, if you're worried about the ones in the sky, I give them 5 minutes once the Great Protector is here. It'll be a sight to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain that you are not exaggerating about this.
Did you have fireworks back where you were from?
I breathe fire.
The Great Protector lights up the sky.
Fascinating.
There's a part of you at that point, whenever you think about it, you're like, lights up the sky, and then you think about, you know, the only thing that you would know lights up the sky: storms, lightning.
He just thinks that. He thinks, why would they collide?
Just send the Great Protector after the Storm Dragon. It's fine. See what lives.
The Protector would lose.
Not a dragon.
Yeah, lighting up the sky thinks back to their dad. I am fire. I am.
Hate that guy.
For chat to understand, what was the Great Protector? What did it look like, Diego?
You guys haven't got a depiction of it yet.
We have not. We actually haven't.
The only thing you guys know of it is apparently he said it's as dark as night. It does not appear to be colorful like any of your suits.
Protector. What did it actually look like?
It would be difficult to explain. I already mentioned it to you. It's apparently a great beast that's got scales or skin about it that's as dark as night. If it looked like anything, I would tell you. But it looks like the Great Protector.
Okay, so it's a nondescript creature shape.
And again, there used to be many things out there that had its form or even some kind of picture of it, but those creatures seem to have taken them all away.
Even more confusing choice of theft. Why would they take that?
You guys know at this point that you're decently sure that the creatures were after visages of things, and from what you guys put together the other stream or the other thing earlier in this day was they may have been after depictions of the lost.
Right.
That's why they were taking all the pictures and everything from everywhere.
Of everything. Yeah.
Well, now those should be back.
They're not back. They were still taken.
They're still taken. People can say the words.
Yeah, the words are
the
back.
Words are back, but you still need to go find all the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that's the hard part. I don't know what those are.
It's still so fucking funny to me that someone had a body pillow.
The great body pillow. It can keep you safe.
It stands on its own.
I mean, I just love that whenever it came to the body pillow, they didn't say it, but they very much implied it. At least whenever you were talking to Squire Kyle, he very much implied that the reason he lived is because he had the body pillow and he hit them with it.
That's very funny. I hate it.
Once again, we're proven to not be the main characters of this game.
The Amber Knights are the main characters. We're just in their world.
we're just living in their world.
All 40 whatever sessions before meeting them, all prologue.
Dude, that's when we get to the Brotherhood part of Kingdom Hearts Brotherhood.
Yeah, why don't we stop playing Kingdom Hearts now? We just have the Kingdom Hearts Brotherhood.
You guys just all make like your own Amber Knight / like fucking Skycore OCs.
Yeah.
Lord
Kingdom Hearts Cherished Knights. There you go. That's a good name for the sequel.
Yeah. Whenever all of you,
Knights. All right, go fuck yourself. That's good.
whenever all of you guys fucking party wipe, that's what we'll do. We'll just let you make your Skycore / Amber Knight OCs.
Let's go, baby.
I left the Rangers because they just weren't for me.
Oh God, you were one of the Ranger Knights.
It was just very funny to think about because, the Terra Defender bit.
But yes, you guys see now that you have given the quest in, he has rushed over toward one of the large terminals here and has began to mess about with it. That small piece of whatever kind of gem that he put into it seemed to be shining outwards. Whenever he plugs it into the area here, it seems to have enough power to light up that side of the room very briefly as he plugs it in. Whatever that small gem was, it was fucking crazy. As he plants it there and as he sits there to get it to work, he looks back to you. Where are you guys going, by the way? You came here for a reason, right? I'm sure it wasn't to give me this since you waited until now to.
We came here because we, at some point, need to get to the other side of the mountain towards the ship bay.
Well, it's going to be difficult to traverse the mountain since you guys made that landslide. But there should be a pathway up the side of the mountain that should take you near where people used to have shrines to one of the various gods of this place, this one being a god of wind. Perhaps you could make your way that way, though to be fair, it might be easier to find your way through the tunnels.
There are tunnels?
Yeah, there's a city on the other side of the mountain here. There are tunnels that would take them their supply and whatnot, but I haven't been through since everything happened. Hopefully everything is fine, but I don't know. These mountains have never been safe. They've just been traversable. Most of the time people would go by boat or by air to go to that other city.
Ironically, we're going there so we can power air travel.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on over there. A rumor has it that that place has been mostly fine since everything happened. Whenever people look off to the horizon over there, it seems that the city still seems to be lit up at night. Hopefully everything's fine. You might even be able to find more Skycore or any of the other knights over there.
Hopefully.
One can only hope that there's nothing actually happening over there and they actually are fine.
I'd like to hope that the people there are okay.
I would like to too.
There never was any bases or anything there. That would be up here. But maybe there's something useful there if nothing has touched it. I don't know why it wouldn't be touched though. There's also the rumors of the pirate cove that's over there, but mostly you just find treasure. Oh, sorry, I didn't use my Cherishian dialect, the treasure.
Yeah, treasure.
Yeah, treasure.
Fucking Christ.
Because they're a problem.
No, it's no problem.
All right.
Come on, Hibiki, you're being weird.
You're weird. Okay, that'll do it.
You guys want to start making your way out?
Yeah.
You guys make your way out from the area. As you guys get out onto the area with all the snow, the nice little pathway that has all those little glowy gems that fire off and fucking yeet out any heartless or anything that gets in its way. Kind of crazy. You guys make your way through, going toward where the mountain was, toward where the facility was you guys had seen before. As you guys get down there, however, you guys do note that the area that would go into the facility seems to be completely gone now from this side, showing that that facility itself, whatever magic that was happened with it, seemed to have completely got rid of whatever entranceway it was. If you guys would have tried coming from that way, it would have been very difficult too. That being said,
You guys do look down the mountain as you guys are immediately reminded of, yes, there was an avalanche that happened. Look at this avalanche.
Well, there it is. The consequences of our actions.
We didn't mean for the avalanche to happen.
Well, we
like,
didn't mean it. It just
badly.
happened. You know, it's
just
part
happens.
of the life.
It happens, you know?
Yeah. At this point, you were told that there are apparently 2 ways through the mountain. You guys can attempt to try to find the pathway that would lead to some kind of a wind god shrine, seemingly further up the mountain, or you guys could try to find whatever kind of cave system that was there that would allow you one to go through the mountain. What would you guys think? What do you think you guys would be more likely to do?
Tunnels are fun.
Tunnels
Tunnels
are
always
Potential of meeting
possible.
another god is interesting.
Again, it's just a shrine to apparently some kind of a wind god, but you never know. Maybe you can meet someone.
I mean, so far we're like 2 out of 3 on gods and they're pretty chill, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Maybe
just asking for this one to suck. You're asking for this and be like,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
fuck you, I hate you.
Maybe we should be humbled and find the other deities. Maybe we'll find Zeus.
Listen, I think we should try to find the tunnels. The tunnels sound funner and warmer.
You make a very solid point, actually.
It is very cold. That being
Very
said,
cold.
I mean, you're not sure if the tunnels will be warmer. They won't be in the open, I guess.
They won't be out in the open, where we could be.
I think tunnels are best known for being kind of cold.
I think we should go to the tunnels because Hibiki is getting close to wanting to fit into the hole. So let's go to the tunnel before we get to that.
You guys are wanting to find the tunnels.
Yeah, let's go tunneling.
Tunneling.
Allow me to have you guys do some rolls for me then.
Maybe
Nothing better than
get some
climbing
water,
into-
that'd be nice.
Nothing better than climbing into the heart of darkness itself in a claustrophobic space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
glad you get it.
Wait.
So,
Gilgamesh understands. He just is super overconfident.
currently just wanting to make sure. Yes, okay. So, I would like for you guys, as you guys begin to make your way through, you start going down toward the south of where you guys are currently. The big entranceway to the grand chamber you guys have at this point sealed away. As you guys go downwards, as you guys move downwards through the mountain, I would like for each of you to give me a, we're gonna say insight.
It's just to not get split up in the caves.
You're not in the caves yet. You have to find the
Okay.
caves.
Then we get
First,
split
we
up in the
gotta
caves.
find them.
7.
14.
14.
Uh, 19 plus 2, 21.
21. And what about Muna?
Which one? Okay.
Rolling
hold on.
insight.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I have so many dice in this pool. A 10 plus my insight is 17. I was going to say 7, but that would be bad math.
So, when it comes to looking around for the actual entrance to this place, Hibiki and Muna, you guys are able to keep yourselves somewhat to the sides of the mountain that feels like they are more traversed. Eventually, you guys do run out of the little areas that appear to warm the area, because again, that's what the actual purpose of those little gems were in the ground in this place. They kind of warmed the area and destroyed all of the debris and snow and shit that were around it. You guys do eventually run out of those. They are either covered up at this point by the avalanche or some other thing might have happened with them. But as you move downward and keep yourselves very close to the sides of the mountain itself. I would like for each of you at this point to roll me for your experience.
Wait. You're gonna cut out. What was this roll for? Experience roll. Okay, that is a 16. That's a 16 then.
9.
Ooh, charge me.
17.
Okay. Are you guys fine with those rolls?
Let's go, baby.
I will re-roll mine.
Okay.
The guy that rolls the 17 is the one that's like, no, wait, hold on.
I can get higher than rolling an 11 on the die for this. In fact, I did. I got 18.
Okay. Hibiki.
Yeah.
17 would not have done it.
Oh,
Which is why I had asked if you guys wanted to keep your rolls or not.
interesting.
Did an 18 do it?
As you are making your way through, trying to find anything along the sides of the mountain, you guys note that the wind begins to pick up rather violently around you. As it does, the snow from the avalanche begins to start picking up slightly. The area for around the actual mountain itself seems to be very much at this point fighting against you. The last roll I would like you guys to make.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for each of you to roll me for your resilience.
Oh,
Damn, the wind is feeling real mean tonight. Yeah, don't worry about me.
I have some kind of fucking weird
Okay,
Hang on.
resilient.
I have some kind of weird thing on the side of my tabletop. There's like a weird number on the side of my tabletop. Do you know what it is, Lily? It's like a
Where is it, Tabit?
it's like
The side of your
it's like on the side middle. This is a bunch of numbers. Looks like it's a Minecraft fucking
What's Minecraft doing here?
looks like it's like a Minecraft like coordinate.
Is it like this? Can you see the ruler?
Yeah, it's not.
True.
It's just numbers. Like there's just numbers in brackets off to the side of my tabletop. I don't get it.
we'll
They,
see on
they can't
stream.
see it, so it's fine.
Oh, I see it too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see some numbers, yeah.
It's weird.
Oh, that?
Minus 903, 6, yeah. I see that.
Yeah. That.
Like,
I've never thought about it.
I
How long has
think
that been there?
I don't think
I
that that's
think that
always been
might-
there.
I don't.
that might have been for coding and getting
Right.
numbers and all that for Z coordinates and all that to get everything where it needs to be.
What?
I don't know
If
why
you're
it's
not
all of a
sure, you know
sudden
what I'm
here.
talking
Is what
about.
I'm saying. Either way, what'd you guys
That's
get for your
not what I mean,
resilience
then.
checks?
I don't see it. I got rid of the.
What do you want to tell you? I rolled a 26. I'll see you in hell.
Rolled a 26. You rolled a fucking 26.
I rolled 18, pussy.
Holy shit!
I have 17, and I have 17 resilient. It's not a negative. At least.
So the wind picks up violently around you guys. As it does,
Yeah.
who got lower than a 15?
Hello.
Muna?
Uh-oh.
Is that the only one?
Looks like it, yeah.
I got
Okay.
a 17, so
Muna, you find it very difficult to see and look through this area. Unfortunately for you, it feels like almost like a violent storm begins happening on this mountain. The rest of you guys see the swirling white powder of snow going off and about you, almost like a tornado itself is forming all around you. That doesn't seem to matter to our Zarel, however. As Zarel, you grab Muna, you look around the area, and as you do, you find just the first thing that looks out of place to you, and you're like, nope, that's it.
That one.
As you pick up Muna, you start beelining toward what apparently is just something that seems to be like almost a crack in the mountain to you. Gilgamesh and Hibiki, you guys see Zarel dragging Muna over toward this like crack in the mountain. As you do, the four of you make your way in that direction until finally, as you reach over toward there, congratulations, I did not expect you guys to make it through this.
No, fuck you too.
It's very interesting to see this right now. You guys find, as soon as you step over toward this crack in the mountain, the wind itself seems to start buffeting toward your direction, as if trying to slam large pieces of stone and rock and snow and ice into you. It's almost like the storm is following you. There is a cryoseismic snapping that happens, audible over the storm itself. The storm seems to almost quiet for a second, as if it heard it. As this snapping echoes throughout the entire mountain, you all look behind you toward the sheer cliff face. The crack that you had seen in the mountain, Zarel, making your way to it, seems to open. Wider. And wider. And wider.
Okay.
You try to move away from it. The four of you hear one final cryoseismic guttural snapping sound. If you didn't know better, you almost feel like this is how the world would snap apart. You almost feel like a noise of this level, a noise of this caliber that you unfortunately would feel like would be heard in your nightmares if you were traveling in a cave. Unfortunately for you, you may be doing such a thing, as things snap and you fall. The storm about you seems to somewhat speed up as well, but you note, as you look up, Zarel, with that 20-fucking-6 resilience you just gave me,
He's just fucking chilling.
you find this large crack that happened throughout the mountain seems to go far to the east of where it actually hit. And you notice a figure falling from the snow down from near where the center of the storm was. As all of you fall, is there anything the four of you would like to do as you are falling through the darkness all around you?
What was that?
You're still falling.
Okay, he can cook for himself.
Yeah.
I can make exactly 3 balloons.
I'm just going to hope and pray Zarel has my best interest at heart.
You can make 3 balloons.
All right, I should have 3. I don't know where the last one went.
Who knows? You can make 3 balloons, you said.
Yep.
God.
Who are the
if only
balloons
I
going to?
He can keep fence for himself. He's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Bitch can fly.
All right. Gilgamesh, Zarel, and Muna are engulfed in their balloons. Just think like the wow sound from like the Sonic the Hedgehog games.
Yeah.
As they are engulfed in said balloons, Hibiki,
Yeah.
are you doing anything?
I will, I believe, be casting arrow on myself to fly.
You can definitely do such.
Or at least to catch myself so I'm not wasting magic the entire time.
Gain fly speed until the end of turn.
Shit. Turn 6
This
seconds.
sure would be a great time to learn how to use arrow enchant, huh?
You assume arrow enchant that gives you permanent fly speed.
I'm gonna look at balloon really quick.
Mm.
Target doing the attacks. These balloons will move with you. Turn back to the largest. 2 actions per turn. Okay. So
I could always just use one last one to give you a single protect balloon. That way, when you hit the ground, you won't break your bones.
Yeah.
I would like for, if you want to do that,
as long as they're
I would like for Hibiki, roll me for, since you would have been casting arrow to stop yourself from falling briefly.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll me for your magic, please.
Which in this, is it just straight up magic then?
Straight magic.
Okay.
magics. Let's go, big magic.
Let's go, big
You
magic.
have an inspiration.
Let's go, bigger magic.
Thank you.
Let's go, big
Get the shit out of
magic.
the way.
Let's go, big magic.
Okay.
Damn.
Roll it again.
Let's go,
What
big
if-
magic.
What if it were higher than 10?
Uh,
What if I
Well,
hit
it's
a
half.
fatty reroll?
I'm going to say you don't.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Hibiki was not in range for you to cast Protect Bubble on. Hibiki
Oh.
catches themselves briefly, but they are definitely out of the 1 hex that you would have to cast Protect on him with. As Hibiki, you catch yourself briefly and then you continue to fall.
I would like to, not because I don't have a popped balloon. I have flight. It just says I can fly as long as it doesn't burst. Can I?
They can
grab?
move, unfortunately, they can move within 1 unoccupied hex of the caster.
Well, here's the idea. I'm gonna borrow from Booyah.
What are you gonna do?
I know that if I technically attack in front of him, I can catch him.
I mean, I just have to say this. I sure do have a lot of cards in play, don't I, Deco?
You sure do.
Uh,
I have to now check and make sure that this isn't something that is on your thing. Hold on. Let me check your
Yeah,
thing
hold on. If
real
I
quick.
were helping you and not let you die, do we just have to, like, do we go home?
I need to check something from Emerald really quick. I need to check something I've sent to
Okay,
Emerald
take
before.
your time, buddy.
I don't think this has to do with that. Kind of. I mean,
oh
There's
no!
a way you could interpret it. Yes.
yeah, kind of.
I mean, fuck it, right? What is it, buddy? You do your thing.
I will
think this is
say
the
the
defense
area
then.
about the area about you is looking very snowy, looking very bright, very white snowy all around you.
It sure does, Nico. What happened? I believe that in this particular case, that roll that just happened, that 10, it would have been that would have probably been an 11. That was probably more like a 7 when you think about it.
You just had
This
you
isn't
just had
like
to.
you. You're usually trying to roll higher. Who are you?
I'm gonna
What
say
did you
this.
do, Emerald?
I'm gonna say this. Even if you would have, Zarel, jumped over to them and hit them with another thing, you would still only be able to keep 3 people up.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, because of that -3 to the rolls that I'm now gonna have to imply are on Hibiki's rolls,
Okay.
he would not be in range of you jumping to him with Blitz.
Okay.
Hibiki falls into the endless white below, into the snowy chasm beneath you. The 3 of you are still floating there, though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm blowing this bubble out, and I'm going for that man.
They can only they have to move within one unoccupied hex of the caster, though.
If
I will get closer to the caster.
You are the caster.
You are the caster.
I swear to God.
And also, if you leave them, they will just fall behind you.
They won't fall. They move at a rate of 2 hexes per turn.
I thought they just had enchant in this case, because I can just do that and then you can just fly until the balloon bursts.
Yeah. Enchant.
Oh, that's very true, but at the same time, I'm giving you this because there's also a storm around you.
Oh, that's true.
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm basically giving you the idea of these aren't bursting immediately. Which, to be fair, they kind of should just immediately burst, but you got a really good roll, so I want to give it to you.
I'm just sitting here with my arms crossed.
You definitely can. You definitely can fall if you want. I'm just saying the other two will be moving at a rate of 2 hexes down towards you. Like they're not flying down. They'll at least not take any falling if there's falling.
That's the primary issue. Okay, that's what's happening.
All right, you gonna burst your own bubble?
Yep.
Zarel, you dive down into the endless white. As you scream out to Hibiki in this, again, ongoing storm around all of you. I would like to know from Muna and Gilgamesh, what are you guys doing? You guys are slowly moving downwards towards Zarel as you see Zarel burst out and fall forward.
I don't think I have any way to help. I could set things on fire. I don't think.
I just want to know if you're staying in the bubble or not, is what I'm sitting here on, or if you have anything else you're doing. Okay. Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything, or are you staying in the bubble?
Oh, what the fuck could he even do right now?
You can just stay in the bubble.
You're just chilling in my beautiful bubble I made for you.
It is okay to say that you stay in the bubble.
Don't worry, you'll just descend very slowly. It's fine, you'll get in there.
He'll still. He'll stay in the bubble.
All right. 2 things are going to happen then. Zarel and Hibiki, you guys fall into this endless bright void. Hibiki, oddly enough, you do hear a scream throughout the storm.
I can't wait for you to read out what you said.
Don't worry about that.
This is great.
As the storm echoes and screeches around you, almost being a scream in and of itself, eventually there is a thud for both Hibiki and Zarel. Muna and Gilgamesh, I would like the 2 of you to roll me for your insights, please.
Okay.
Okay, I was really scared there. I thought that was that 17 plus my insight, which is 7.
This is a bazillion.
24, I think.
24 is pretty good. 24 is pretty
I just rolled a 17.
17's also pretty good. You guys would note as you are falling down very slowly, by the way, like really, really bad slowly, there is a thud, followed by a thud, followed by a third thud.
What?
As there are 3 thuds far below you, the storm around you stops.
Just looks at Mona. There was only 2 of them.
One was probably Ramu.
We wouldn't hear Ramu. Ramu's too light for that.
Look, Ramu would have just perfect parried the ground like Ramu. Like in Smash, just
Ramu's hitting the ground, but like Rock Lee losing his weight. It's not the same thing.
He found the source and beat them up.
He just starts. Gilgamesh tries to push the bubble down, so he just falls past. Like,
the bubbles are a lot sturdier now that the storm is not about. I will allow you guys to fly with them. However, it will still take you quite a while to get down. By the time you guys get to where you're going, we're going to make our way over to Hibiki Zarel for a moment. Hibiki Zarel. The area around you has gone dark very briefly. Probably because you hit something or something, who knows, maybe just all the wind was thrown out of your fucking lungs for a moment, who knows. But as you do, you wake up with just the feeling of pain, I guess, in your body, but not too much. As Zarel, you look up, Hibiki, you look up, you look over and see the other person, and something is very noticeable about the other person. You guys wake up in your morphed outfits.
Oh my god.
Oh, hello.
You guys do not take any fall damage. You guys do not take any fall damage. You guys instinctively morphed right beforehand.
What the fuck?
As you guys have hit the ground, you guys wake up, you guys look up. As you do, the morph does fade from you. You guys have landed in this long chasm full of snow, very bright snow, but the walls and even the area above you look dark as if it's night. The snow below you looks as if the sun is shining, but when you look above, you see no sun, you see no sky. You are in almost an in-between, where below you there is nothing but white, and above you there is nothing but black. Hibiki, it does not take you long to move your butt over to Zarel. Same thing with you, Zarel. It does not take you long to make your way to Hibiki.
Oh, immediately.
Immediately, yeah. I assume
Hibiki,
that
you're right.
I will also make the assumption that by being morphed, Ramu was protected by Terra Defender magics.
You find that whenever you woke up, you were holding on to Ramu like for dear life. Basically, you had hit the ground like back, and Ramu was like in your hands. Ramu at this point is unconscious, however.
That's fair.
But it does not look like Ramu took any damage from the fall.
Good. Just knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Zora, what the fuck happened?
There was a storm, and I saw this guy, and you fell. At least you're okay.
Why did you fall after me then? You had the bubble.
I was worried, Hibiki.
It's reminded to you, Zarel, as you think back, you see the annoyance on Hibiki as you remember what was just told to you by the sister above, that Hibiki has always been a loner, always been by himself.
You're my friend, Hibiki. I'm not gonna just let you fall like that for no reason if I can't help you. I had thought you could perhaps be able to help yourself. But
I realized trying to do it the first time, even if I used up all my magic, I wouldn't have been able to save myself from that fall with just what I can do with arrow.
I'd like for both of
at least
you.
you're in one piece.
I'd like for both of you to roll me for insight.
But thank you for trying to help me. I'm gonna go ahead and Am I allowed?
Yeah, you can now.
To
Oh, that
reroll.
guy's-
Okay, I will reroll that 2. I just.
I
rolled.
didn't. I didn't want to have you. I didn't want to have you waste
and
it
then
before.
Terrell's just going to hug you. I don't know what's happening that we need to look at.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Smiles.
Fucking. I will do another reroll because fuck you. I will
Because
use up my
fuck me.
rerolls, damn it.
I mean, hold on. You had 2 inspiration and 2 hero tokens. That's my bad.
So use
I
them
will
to
hold
your
off on
advantage.
reroll then.
That's my bad.
Give
That's
me
my
the
bad.
things.
I'm trying to find
Save up a
them.
reroll
I'll just give you
and
the blue
roll-
ones.
And roll
Here's
some
the blue ones.
funny dice.
Hell yeah.
Get a +1 on whatever these last 2 rolls are.
All right, roll big, little boy.
This was insight, correct?
19.
That's rolling
19.
pretty big.
And
And finally, let's see if I nat 20 this. Where'd it go?
We got caught in
I
the
just
corner.
stopped.
You just got caught in the
Just
corner.
stop. 14, 19 plus 1 plus 2.
so
22.
16 +1 +2.
Ah, okay.
So that's a 19 altogether.
Yeah.
Hibiki, Zarel grabs you. Zarel grabs you in a hug. You look around. You're like, grumble grunt.
It doesn't fight against it.
It's like hugging a ferret.
You do note that obviously things are familiar around here, but things have not happened exactly as you had thought. But then you look around and you notice there is a third imprint a little bit away from all of you, as if somebody had landed near you. And when you go and look at it, whenever you look over toward it, you and Zarel having noted you looked over toward an area and are staring at it for a bit, it looks as if something or someone had been dragged away from that area off into the darkness.
Fuck.
And again, you remember that looks somewhat similar. that reminds you of something. Is it about time that you want to talk about that, or do you want to keep holding on to that?
I don't know what exactly I can say about the thing that you sent me, but
Because I am giving you the option, you can say whatever you want.
so I've been
Because it's no longer it's just a whatever. Now you're looking around like, oh no, it's happened.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
no, it's
happening.
oh no, it's happening. Not the way that I thought, but it happened, and there's no way it's not happening.
It's so interesting that this is kind of exactly what that would have been. I was thinking a completely different thing, but
I'm liking that it's happening now instead of later.
I would have thought this was a completely different thing, but it's very funny that it's here, in my opinion.
So, Zarel, this all feels vaguely familiar, and it's weirding me out.
I assume you don't have recollection of going to snowy places a lot?
I mean, there were snowy places back in my world, obviously, but I more meant this specific situation. I had like a dream, premonition, whatever you want to say, of like this bright light completely enveloping me. And I could hear screams, and as if like something was being dragged away into the pure white void. It's
You then look down at
weird.
the drag marks in front of you.
I see the drag marks over there. Heard you and the wind screaming, enveloped by white, falling into this white abyss here in the snow. And I don't remember the darkness above, but that's just there.
So should I mention what this is?
Yes.
So everybody, this is a bad effect of the Cataclysm card.
Yay!
Oh!
The DM
Cataclysm, I mean the catastrophe?
Catastrophe, my bad. The DM curses you with knowledge of a future event
You cannot tell the other players about it because because it is just a gut feeling you have, and it could be wrong. In a situation that could be considered a part of your curse, you must either take part normally with some negative effects or attempt to avoid it, without telling the other players why. If you tell a player or player character, you will have a large negative effect until the curse is lifted. This effect is also immune to the panic card, which means you can't just make the curse go away.
You can just be like, no, go cure this.
What I sent to Hibiki was Hibiki would get a dream where he would see a bright white light, or a bright light completely envelop the area. Inside of this light, screams can be heard as the ones making them seem to be dragged away into the pure white void. This is just a dream, right? Either way, Hibiki would be reminded of this dream anytime a bright light or scream is heard around him. This doesn't mean that you can't get involved with these things, as it's just a dream, but if you knowingly involve yourself in these situations, you would take a small -3 penalty to your rolls until the event either happens, if it's real, or you learn it was an irrational or magically or other thing in character. You have now, at least to your own knowledge, had the event happen if it was real, which means you are completely immune to these effects now, and I can give you the reward for surviving the calamity card.
Yay!
You did it! You live! Now we have to survive the next one.
You are going to be gaining.
What do I get? What do I get, DM Sama? Is it a new gun?
It's not a new gun.
You just wake up and you find, oh shit, he left his gun. Cool.
You are going to be gaining a new sleight card.
What the fuck?
Look at you.
Holy shit.
You can now have 2 sleights instead of your 1.
Oh my god.
You are going to be gaining. Yes, you're going to be gaining 2 skill points.
Ooh.
However, you are still at the point where you cannot go over anything with your willpower. 7 is still the max for you, so you can put these anywhere but your willpower.
You could get close to slightly fixing your crippling your crippling strength if you really wanted.
Listen, I could do that. Where are the stat points?
Right there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Where should they go?
I only have a 1 in magic.
I only have a 1 in magic. You're right. You're right. I need magic to go up.
You had an
magic
experience
uppies?
today and went, no, I need more magic.
Magic
Can I do all
uppies?
3?
You could do 2 in magic.
Believing, yeah, this will never.
I want more magic uppies.
Magic
Yeah,
uppies.
magic uppy. Uppy.
Uppy, uppy, uppy.
Uppy.
Good. Alrighty. Nice job.
I know exactly what this site will become, and it'll be the best spend-to-win card in the world.
We will have to finally actually make Sonic Rush a thing. I keep forgetting to, but we'll mess with that in a bit. That being said, you see what appears to be the looks as if somebody has been dragged away. It's very funny that this is happening now because they were not supposed to be, but it's very funny to me now. At which point, you guys wait for a little bit looking over to it after you just explain this to Zarel. Zarel, do you have anything to say about it?
Well, it definitely looks like that is something that is happening now. That's worrying.
Well, it's...
I don't know where they could have been dragged off to. This place seems, well...
weird.
Hard to say. Weird is one word, Fred.
Oh, hold on. One of those...
What's wrong?
I'm a dumbass. One of those hero points were for Zarel, and one of those inspirations were for Zarel. I don't know why they gave them. I don't know why they gave them to you whenever Hibiki was doing something, but there you go. There you go.
We work together.
It's fine.
Are there, beyond just the drag marks, is there any other marks on the ground?
Both sides of this area look as if they are leading further into whatever kind of frigid area this is. They both appear to just be chasms. As you guys have stood there and talked about this very slightly, you do hear
above you.
You just see them slowly descending on the bubble.
There they are.
You look up as you see what appears to be Muna and Gilgamesh slowly flying towards you guys.
I had not considered that maybe they'd be following me. That's perhaps my mistake.
I didn't want to interrupt, and I don't really.
Oh, there's no interrupting. You guys have just now showed up here. You are still falling. You are still up in the air.
You're just like woo, woo,
Zarel,
woo. Yeah.
you burst your bubble to come down here without thinking that if you leaving them, they would also not just immediately burst and fall after you.
That's not how the bubbles work. The bubbles wouldn't burst like that. They might have burst in the storm. I don't know
how the bubbles work.
They might have burst in the storm, but you know.
Hey, Vicky, I was very worried.
Thank you.
I don't have anything else to say for myself. I am sorry.
Muna and Gilgamesh, you are within hearing range of them. You're still falling though.
And things worked out. You know, this is relaxing.
Well, we
I
can't
wouldn't
be
call
relaxed
it that,
too
but
long.
I understand why you would.
Our third mystery person was apparently dragged off by something.
The two of you land and the bubbles pop as soon as you land.
Are either of you hurt, injured?
We seem to have instinctively morphed and protected ourselves from the fall. Speaking of, does that destroy our shield? Should we be aware of that?
For you it did. Because you'd already morphed today.
Yeah. So I will
Zarel, you didn't morph today, right?
Not today, no.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Hibiki already morphed today.
Yeah, I morphed and I had 45 shield, so that's probably now 0.
Yeah, you are at 0 shield right now. Because this was instinctual, it basically would have been activated to save you like at the last second. With Zarel, they still had a morph for today, so they're fine, but you would have lost your shield, yes.
So congratulations, you increased your shield.
Once again.
Does the shield? Well, hold on. Let me look at the thing.
You do get 20 shield whenever you morph.
It refills your shield and adds. When you morph, you gain 20 shield.
Yep.
Just straight up.
I'm going to go ahead and say that is not going to happen here.
Why? Are you still going to need more than 92 shield?
No, it's mostly just from the fact of you would have taken something by landing. I'm just going to assume that was the shield.
That makes sense.
Pray I don't alter the deal further.
Not altering the deal further.
You fucker.
Thankfully, I protected Ramu, but it seems she went unconscious from it.
Oh, poor thing.
They're there.
Poor little one. I'll come down and hug you soon. I'm still up here.
Muna and Gilgamesh, both of you roll me for your magic.
Oh, cool.
The magic detectors are coming down. Give them a moment.
Hold on, let's cook.
We got.
I'm re-rolling that. Ain't happening today.
7 plus 7, 14.
18 and 3, 21.
Gilgamesh, as soon as you made your way here and as soon as the bubble burst around you, you got a good whiff of the area about you. There is a thick sense of magic about. It seems very familiar, but not in the way that you have smelt it before, not in the way that you felt it before. You know, just by being around this area, you feel the presence of what potentially could be a dragon.
You can see Gilgamesh just look around now, just like perked up. This place. This magic. It permeates.
Oh, sorry.
I think we're in a dragon's lair.
That's what I'm feeling.
The dragon's lair down here.
Did there seem like there were any like gigantic footprints in like the snow from the dragged off markings or anything?
Nope.
I'm assuming that there's just the drag mark and nothing else.
There's no footprints at all, other than the ones you guys are making.
I don't like
You
that.
see, this is the part where it zooms out and it shows that we're standing inside a footprint.
The crater is the
Honestly?
footprint. The chasm is the footprint.
The chasm is gone.
That would be
now.
very funny, but weird to think about.
Muna,
Yes.
I would like for you in particular to roll me for your experience.
Ba-doop-a-doo. Not 20.
Muna,
Damn.
thankfully, Gilgamesh was able to tell you what was just being told to you, because something immediately comes to mind to you. Something of a story from your world. One that you never was any kind of believer in, or nothing that ever really seemed to really mess with you at all. But something from the kingdom near you, something from your past, maybe. You remember a story of a great frost dragon. One that, at least according to the stories, was completely immortal and invincible. You remember whenever you, as a witch, would have sometimes people come to you wishing for weapons or wishing for buffs or any sort of magics that would allow them hunt this dragon. But you yourself never really wanted to get involved in it because you had always sensed great magic where they were talking about. You knew the story to some extent was real, and you never wanted to anger something like that.
Didn't want to anger them, but didn't have a reason to, like, I didn't see a reason to try and conquer a being that's minding its own damn business.
Exactly. And you were always like helping some people with things. You were always like doing some magics for people, but it was never like to go and fucking go into battle. It was always for like their own whimsies and their own things that they would do. Also, again, it might have been somewhat on your mind that, oh, all these people who are doing this for that nearby kingdom over there that I hate.
Well, I hate my own kingdom, so you know.
It's okay, we're all kingdom racist.
But yeah, at this point, you do remember the stories of a great immortal frost dragon. And you also reminded, all of you were reminded, that this area, a roundabouts, was the area that felt like something of Muna's world was around at one point. If we look at the map underneath the big avalanche here,
we went from being up here
a magical
to
source from either Gil or Muna's world.
Tomato potato.
The avalanche may be a little bit more worrying now.
Can we bury a guy?
Sorry.
Do you think they're more happy with us because we buried their home in snow, or less happy?
It's not
a
mentioned.
frost dragon.
I remember a story of a frost dragon from my world, but when it came to dragons, it was hard to believe. And the only time I really heard of it was when my parents were wanting to conquer it, and I just thought, it's not doing anything. Why the fuck do you want to do that?
I'm so sorry, Lily, but if you were more savage, the only time I'd ever heard of it was when I was dragging these nuts across your face.
You have been waiting for so long.
I'm sorry.
You had to have been-
No, it went into my brain because I do that a lot.
The intrusive thought won, you fuck.
Anyway, keep going. I'm so sorry, Lily. I didn't mean to interrupt
would
you.
if it was the right time and place.
I know.
Yeah. Don't worry.
So
These
sorry.
nut jokes will come.
Of course.
Just like these nuts.
This campaign's
Just
falling
like these
apart.
nuts.
These nuts are going to face. I'm sorry. We're all succumbing now.
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
I think we're done here.
I'm so sorry. Continue, Moona. I'm very sorry.
Please, go ahead.
Your family have been looking to go after it, but you didn't want to.
And since there was no news on that, I thought that it just didn't exist, but I guess they just couldn't find them or couldn't kill them, I suppose, immortal. They wouldn't want to tell people how they failed, so I don't know.
Sounds like vain royalty to me.
There's other types.
No. But then again, most mortals are vain. But
They wanted a world order under what they consider to be moral and just.
what do humans know of morality and justice? What if this dragon is as dangerous as you say? We can handle it.
I don't think we've dealt with immortality yet, have we?
It may not be, it might be unkillable by your human standards, but nothing is truly forever.
Do we have to kill them?
I'd rather not.
I believe that some of you may actually be truly forever at the moment.
I'd rather, find out who was dragged away and why we were left behind.
We could at least talk to the dragon first before we decide if we want to kill or not.
Yeah, just so you know.
We're not just going to do that.
Just so you guys know, in this chasm that you're currently in, where the walls themselves are seemingly dark as anything, and the sky above you is black as night, despite being somewhat in the daytime right now, and the snow below you still shining bright as if the sun was reflecting off of it. There's a very easy trail of where whatever was dragged off is going. It's going over toward the eastern area of this chasm, and toward the western area of this chasm, there doesn't appear to be any drag marks. So you guys have a choice. You guys could attempt to go away from whatever this dragging thing was. Nothing's stopping you from going toward it. Like nothing's making you go toward it. Or you could turn and make your way toward wherever was being dragged.
So we're going east, yes?
Yeah.
And like this was like, so we could either walk into it or we could just leave.
You could just leave.
Yeah, we could just
We
leave.
should go to the museum.
Bad idea, guys. You know what? Fuck the airship. You know what? Not. Let's not even go to the museum. Let's go find the fucking spider god and deliver the train already.
Let's actively rebuild the train and just get the fuck off the planet.
Let us see where this trail leads.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
let's see where the trail goes.
We blaze.
Okay.
What such happy-go-lucky drag mark music.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Murder and destruction! Yay! Eternal
Adventure!
quest and suffering!
Fine, I'll change it to
We just see it just above us, just
You
pops
got
up the
fucking
light down.
Brinstar in there or something?
Yeah, sure. Let me get Brinstar real quick.
Let's go.
There we go.
Let's fucking go.
You guys follow your way further into this place, following the drag marks going in. As you do note that the drag marks itself eventually looked as if something started moving. There does appear to be that there are slight changes to the drag marks. Maybe whatever it was woke up after landing. Who knows? Which means it's alive, whatever it was that fell beside you guys. But as you notice these flailings, as you see them going about, eventually you run up on what appears to be this mouth, this cave mouth of sorts in front of you. It is the only time you're able to see the walls. The walls themselves appear to be made of some kind of a dark ice. As you note, the area below turns from snow to a dark ice. And on the inside of the cave, you see movement before finally, on the outside, at least according to all of you, you see a single piercing eye open and looking towards you. Gilgamesh, as you see this one piercing eye looking in your direction, you're not sure exactly how big you were as a dragon, but you remember seeing Maki when you were a dragon and how tiny and insignificant they were. That's around the size you think looking back at this dragon, if not larger. Which means this dragon is not a young dragon. This dragon is not anything less than an adult dragon, if not more.
Depending on species.
You see, as you look toward this dragon, or at least the eye of whatever this thing is, it does not seem to reach out toward any of you. It does not seem to lash out toward any of you. It seems to be eyeing each of you, but is not doing anything.
Yes.
What is it?
I
left you alone before.
It is not common. However, it is also not draconic. As it is speaking out, it appears to be speaking in almost a magical tongue. Muna and Gilgamesh, you guys understand this. Muna, you understand this extremely well, as you've talked to creatures who speak this tongue before. But Gilgamesh, just from the tinge of magic on each of the words, you can hear this. You can understand this. The other two currently do not. For them, it seems to just be this guttural growling that seems to be coming out.
I left you alone. Is that not enough for you?
We mean no harm.
That is a first.
Only fools would dare to fight something like you.
There must be many fools in this world, then.
Aren't there always?
You speak as if you understand.
More than you could ever imagine.
Oh, really?
Really?
And you, witch. I know of you. Why are you here?
I come with my friends. We are on a journey, and we happen to come across. We did not mean any harm. We did not...
Oh, I know. I saw your little spectacle. I saw that being chasing you. Do not worry. I looked among each of you and I felt that one was more worthy of sustaining me.
You ate it.
Not yet.
What?
In my world, our world, witch, there are things that are magical, divine even, you would call them. And then there are things out there who are made to keep them in check. That is me. I am one that devours divinity. Devours, yes. I am a being who devours that which has no death, that which feeds on life. I am one that covets those who abuse their divinity. I am God Eater.
God Eater.
It seems that IRL there are fireworks in your name. Yeah, I don't know if you hear that on my end, but there were fireworks from
Yeah, that was me. I was the fireworks.
God damn it.
What a fucking name.
to consume.
Whenever they say the name or the title or whatever it is, God Eater, Zarel and Hibiki, you understood that whenever they said it. It seemed to be very much like, oh, that was an important thing to hear. At which point, you feel like you are starting to understand what they're saying. Either exposure, or either they want you to hear, who knows?
Either way, none of you are, at least for a time, something that I wish to combat or devour. The being that was chasing you will make a great snack. The first I would have had coming in this world.
The creature, is it still here?
In a way, yes.
I've
Though-
seen something follow us, but I don't know. Well, I guess I know now.
The creature is a god, one that I've been having my eye on in this place. One that is, I guess, desperate for believers, worshippers. I don't know. They have attacked you once before, though I do not know if you even noticed how pitiful they are.
They have.
Yes.
When?
Whenever they
How?
caused the great burst of magic above that covered the entire mountain in snow. They were watching your fight with that dark creature, the other immortal. When they were sure that all of you would be engulfed in it, they had aided in causing the entire mountain to fall down upon you. None of you were killed in it, however. Very funny.
Indeed.
This god has lost much of their power. Even before this, apparently, not many people came to its shrine. It's way too far out of the way.
I'd almost pity it if it did not try to kill us.
I would say you could pity it. It is one just like you, just like any out there. It is just wanting to continue itself. That being said, gods should be above it. If you are going to call yourself one of divinity, then you should act as such. And either help those about you or be my meal. Either way. You sure are interesting to have come over here. I believe that you, Witch, would have easily figured out that the being over here was I, even if we have never met before.
I had my suspicions, but...
You... I've never got to speak to you in person, but you and your family has caused me great annoyance. Tell me, are you as they are? Are you willing to try to come and destroy or kill me, Witch?
I'll put it this way. The reason we've never met is because I've never found reason to go on their adventures.
Ah, so there's some intelligence in that blood after all.
They thought of you as something that should be conquered. I thought there was no reason to disturb what you had.
And that is smart. There is no reason to try to conquer the sky. There is no reason to conquer the ocean, the land. So why try to conquer I?
That's the thing with that family, I'm afraid. They were a ruling class, you see, so they thought conquering was, something worth living for.
And what about you?
I am for the people, not for the buildings.
I knew of you. Several of those who came after me had traces of your magic about them, though I did note that that was not any of the ones who tried to fight against me. I had assumed you might have been sending them to gather information, but I doubt that that is the case now. You had your own area you had conquered, though I guess conquer is a strong word. Perhaps you just liked being about the forest or swamp or whatever it was you had been around. Hard to smell in that play. That being said, was I wrong in thinking that you were gathering information? You just wished to live your own life?
Indeed. I did not have followers. I had people that I helped. And to have similar magic, maybe because, unfortunately, this isn't my own. Well, it's not my own magic now as it was in that world.
Well, none of that have anything to do with me at the moment, so I do not see any reason or change at the current time. Now that you are in front of my new domicile, however, what can I do with you? Or for you, I suppose is the best way to say it. The four of you I've seen, or I guess smelled, heard, different things you've been doing upon this world. I have no interest in aiding you. Those creatures seem rather yummy, but their immortality has been proven to me to be less than that. Because of all of you, you are able to strike them down, so they'd probably just upset my stomach if I ate them.
Indeed.
Upset it. Try to turn you into one of them.
Oh,
Either
really?
or, really. It's apparently happening to a sentient tree.
So you believe that whatever these creatures are could turn me?
They've already turned other dragons.
Interesting. Bring me some.
You want us to bring you Heartless?
Sure, why not? I could give you the means to do so.
What?
I could give you the means to do so. I am curious now. You think that other beings have been corrupted by these creatures? You think that other beings have lost to these creatures? Other dragons have lost to them? And I must say, I'm intrigued now. For if I am able to devour these creatures and nothing happened to me, that will once and for all prove to any who know of me to stay away. Would it not?
That is true.
Indeed. However, they can be parasitic in nature, so there might be that to worry about. Though for you, it might just, as you said, upset your stomach more than corrupt.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to how they taste. Again, true immortality is a bit of a gourmet. Even these lesser gods, their true bodies are not anywhere near these worlds. But these creatures, if they truly are able to turn dragons, turn the very forests against, if they are able to change everything, if they were able to destroy the world around me, but not me, I feel that it is something that I could experiment with. If you bring me Heartless, if that's what you're calling them, I will do things for you. How about that? If you bring me Heartless that I can devour, I will give you boons. The first boon I will give you is a way to get them to me. If you bring me a sufficient amount of them next time you see me, the next boon I will give you... how about that deity from before?
Okay.
I will give them to you. I do not know what you would do with them. Sure. Again, they are a lesser deity. They are one that would probably be a rather nice snack, but I'm far too curious in these other things, and I feel that since they've been trying to hurt you this entire time, perhaps bending them to your will would be something that would be interesting to you. If you bring me Heartless, an amount of which that would satiate a snack of mine, I will give you the snack I was going to have.
Out of character. Hey, if you don't mind a little walk, we have this museum night.
I was thinking the same fucking thing. I was thinking.
Go there. You mind going there? We might as well do birds one stone.
As I mentioned to you before, I am not going to aid you with these things. But if you defeat them and bring them to me, that's a different story.
You give us the power to capture them, and we deliver them to you. I find this acceptable.
Wonderful.
No, do not blame us if you fall to darkness.
If I fall to darkness, perhaps that will be the arrogance that I would finally have succumbed to. At which point, if I am truly able to fall to such arrogances, I don't deserve to be on the spot that I am. Don't you think?
I agree wholeheartedly. It's good to see another creature understand the world as it should be.
You are fascinating to me. You understand being such as I. It's good to know.
In truth, in all honesty, this is not my true form, and wasn't always.
Were you some kind of god? Immortal?
A dragon.
You do have a familiar scent about you, actually. Are you related to that one across the sea?
Storm. Not. He is from my world.
I had thought about devouring them. Though there's a part of me that wonders if I can.
Storm was just a child, really. And yet, my corruption is too great now. That is someone I pity.
Well, I've never been well with my own kind. I was thought of as the last in my world, though there were more. Others just did not see them. It is that has stopped me so far from going and attacking them. They seemed young. But if there is truly no saving them, I suppose I will not get mad if you do go and trample them.
The least that I could do is to trample them and free them.
There was thought that I had of taking them under my wing if I wasn't going to devour them. But if they truly are lost, or if they truly are strong enough to send away other dragons, they are not one that I devour. I do not devour my own kind. I will allow you all that. I will leave him to you. That being said, bring me strong darkness. Bring me those heartless. And if you bring me one strong enough to sate my hunger for a snack, then I will give you my snack in return. They will be fine until then. But if you ever wish to give up on our little deal, just let me know and I will have my snack.
I have no intention of reneging on this.
May I ask something?
Of course.
This is.
You have my ear
morbid.
always, witch.
It's a morbid curiosity, if any. Were my parents even able to face you? Or did they not even finish that venture?
Your parents, the ones that smelled of you.
I assume so.
I did note one of them coming to me. Though they came with a rather large battalion and they fought to a decent end, I suppose. I assume the other was too much of a coward to make their way.
Either way, they both ended up the cowards because the story of their loss never reached my ears.
When it comes to pride, we dragons may have the gold medal, but humans will always have the silver. They most likely did not want to sully the memory of one of their monarchs.
Damn.
I will give you the ability to return to me whenever you wish. When you bring yourself to me the next time, bring me a heartless, one that is strong that you have defeated. If you wish to have any way of bringing them back to me, all you must do is invoke my name when you defeat them. Invoke the name God Eater. If you do, what is left of the essence of that creature will be preserved. You can use it as you see fit. You can either bring it to me or do something else with it. I do not care. All of you stand still now.
Very well.
There is a closing of the large eye, a large intake of breath from what you can assume. You guys see sticking out from the cave in front of you, the front, the muzzle of a large creature, larger than your truck. Just the nose is larger than your truck.
Oh, no.
As it breathes,
creature with a nose larger than our Toyota Hilux.
as it breathes outward, this very cold breath towards you, very minty fresh breath going over you. This sparkling of magic that seems to over-encompass each of you. You are now enchanted with the magics of God Eater.
So that's what it's like to chew 5 gum.
Currently, the magics of God Eater are as they said. You can invoke the name of God Eater whenever you defeat something, and God Eater's magic will bring them into their sort of own form. It should materialize whatever that creature was to give you whatever it could be. That you can only do this when you kill a creature. You cannot do this when you just go, hey, I've beat you in rock, paper, scissors, God Eater.
Oh, man.
They're saying we can pickle their souls for later evening.
That was the alpha version of the spell.
I can't believe I can't defeat the rock, paper, scissors heartless with this instant kill move. Damn.
But you mean I can't just steal your Pokemon?
Essentially, whenever you kill something, you can bring their essence into a small, like portable little thing. You can either at that point bring it to God Eater, which you do now believe each of you have the ability to do. Similar to Hibiki looking over at the command center, you guys feel just by concentrating enough and looking over toward the mountain, you guys can bring yourself toward the realm of God Eater. which now that you've been enchanted, you realize is a place outside of the physical realm.
Oh, cool.
Oh boy!
You have some pocket realm.
You are literally in almost like a little pocket dimension inside of the mountain.
Ibiki, why did you fall into limbo?
I don't know. It wasn't what I meant.
Oh,
It
they
just
let
happened.
they let you in. They wanted to eat the gods, you see.
Oh, we're just kind of we just came along with the ride.
We got the first episode of Digimon.
Oh fuck.
So this was something that you guys could have potentially talked to over at one of the villages nearby the mountain if you guys would have went on the way to the mountain that way. This was not something that you guys would have fell into the realm of. This is something that would have been like talking to Muna from a well inside of that village.
But instead, funnier things happen.
Through the cataclysm from the catastrophe. I can't speak.
I don't want to alarm
This
us,
is
but
over
I feel
here.
like the main character.
Are we? You sure we're not the main characters?
I feel like you're the main characters now with this happening.
I'm pretty sure we're the. I'm pretty sure we're the main characters.
That's the joke that I'm making here. But now we're finally the main
Are we
character.
the main characters?
We finally got. That's how we know. We got the Snag'em device. Now we're the main characters.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, try this one, Amber Knights.
Where the fuck is Mirror B at?
I can't wait for when we have to use this ability to save the essence of one of our friends in a very heart-wrenching moment.
I can't wait until you guys defeat a Heartless in front of Imp and be like, no, Imp, this is for the dragon.
I'm sorry, the what?
Should have been there, buddy.
You've been cheating on me with a
Hold up.
train
Hold
of
up.
dragon.
Wait, where's the piss guardian?
Oh, yummy, Piss Guardian.
Piss
almost-
guardian.
it's almost as
attack
good.
mode even.
It's almost as good as Cum Guardian.
Guardian of the
It's a really gourmet dragon.
He's a dragon for fine taste.
But yes,
God.
you guys feel that is something that has now happened. The muzzle of the dragon returns inward into the area that is it is at. Its eye looks back to you all once again. Again, the eye being around as big as like Zarel is tall.
That's a big eye.
Big.
There we are. You now have the ability to return to me whenever you wish. If you step along that direction, I did inconvenience you in bringing you here. I will bring you to your destination, or as close to it as you wish to be. If you ever wish to use this power of mine again, bring me Heartless.
Thank you very much.
The four of you are able to destroy the immortality that these creatures have. You also have much more information that I am willing to bet could bring to a more thrilling conclusion for me. If you ever wish to discuss anything about these creatures, or anything else about what you may find here in this world, especially you,
They look over towards Zarel.
a being that has near immortality, though its own version of it. If any of you have any more ideas for anything that might interest me, I am all ears. And you, witch? It has been nice meeting you. You did not disappoint. Hopefully I did not as well.
The feeling is mutual.
Now, I'm going to go and speak with my snack for a while. You may leave.
The eye
Thank you.
closes and you hear a shifting from inside, though you do not see anything actually move.
No.
Well, this was.
They seem nice.
This is way, way better than that premonition I had. I will be 100% honest. It was a far better outcome than I had ever imagined.
I assume we're walking and talking away from God Eater.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
walking and talking.
You're walking. They seem nice. Couldn't understand most of the half of it, but after they said their name, I understood.
What do you mean by premonition, Hibiki?
I had like a weird dream I didn't want to talk about. Blah.
Does that happen
I
often?
know that feeling all too well, yeah.
Why do you all know this?
Premonitions. Some creatures have that.
I suppose
Some
we're all
look at
just a
others.
little
Do
magician.
something stupid.
No.
Don't do anything stupid.
Muna, what's going on?
please.
What you gonna say? What's going on?
I suppose you're also a level of magician. That would make
I,
sense.
the player, know this is a bad idea, but Muna doesn't. And it kind of reminds me of that thing in the sky.
The sun.
Lord Cube's flying fortress.
The floating gummy
Hold on,
mines.
I need some different music for this. Keep
Why
going,
would you
keep
do
keep
that
going,
to yourself? We're giving you every out.
keep going, Muna.
That
Oh
thing.
no, I had a
Right.
similar premonition. It might happen, it might not, I'm not sure, but felt like there was something gonna fall from the sky.
You mean like that minded on the mountain?
No,
that
it
was-
was much bigger, Muna.
Maybe that was it. It felt a lot bigger, but maybe we had the same premonition.
I don't have premonitions.
No, I mean,
Backtracking now.
Hibiki.
Hmm.
Do you want to? Do you have anything else to say about your premonition there, Muna?
It's why I've been looking up a few times.
This fucking music is actually, yeah.
You did. You better not have had a premonition about the dancing sun and not told us.
Oh no, it wasn't the sun.
Did you have a premonition that something was going
I
to
said
hit?
a premonition, not a nightmare.
Sorry, I'm gonna
Okay.
do this.
The music is helping.
Oh, let me get like a good
I had to turn off Brinstar for this.
let me get like this one. There we go. That one's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Explain more.
You're
Explain
saying-
more, Muna.
You also had
Trying
some sort of
to
premonition.
say more, but I can't tell when in our conversation. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. That's not it.
The last thing you had said was that's why I've been looking toward the sky.
Now I'm seeing if I can find the.
Oh,
I
you're
was
looking for
getting-
the actual thing. Want me to send it to you again?
Yes.
I can imagine it's hard to look that up when you do all sorts of like art
There's
stuff and things.
so much woman here. That's all I
So much women.
Going through a lot of women. The sea of women are holding you hostage.
Women? Nice.
Let's go, women.
Let's go, women.
Let's go, women.
Woo.
There we go. Bam. And then scroll down. It should be right here. Or not. Okay, hold on.
The player and putting us in a trap, and I hope you guys are okay with that. Too bad. Anyway.
Oh, where's it at?
We just like walk out. It's right outside. Oh, okay, cool.
And what did I say in this one? Maybe I can just search it. There we go. Ah, God damn it. Why is yours difficult?
Women.
Why don't we pin your shit?
I have that every time I'm going back to see what I'm doing for commissions for you.
We need to pin your shit. I'm gonna pin it as soon as I find it.
Posting women.
There are other designs, it's just I happen to be looking at the woman. I could say the other one, but that give too much away. Even
I
if
understand. I am petting this frog though.
God,
if that makes
dang
you
it.
feel any better.
Did I do it on the same day as I did the other one? Maybe. Let me look.
Maybe, likely. You can always just look up a keyword from it, because you know if it's.
I've been trying.
Oh.
It's
Oh my
not
God.
showing up for some reason.
Yeah, that was the only time Sky was mentioned. Hold on. Maybe above. No, that is Avatar stuff. That is way back.
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
Thankfully, we've entrusted the search of this document to the easiest to find documentation we have.
Why?
Do we just assume we're never gonna see it again?
Did I delete it?
It was a while ago.
Are you in a group chat?
It wasn't in a. It can't have been in a group chat. I would
can't
not
be.
have given it to you in a group chat.
Surely -3 should be the keyword.
I tried.
Oh my
Really?
god.
I tried -3. It isn't showing up.
No one knows what this is. The premonition was so
Hold on,
powerful
hold
that
on.
even we have it.
Do you have
Would-
like a second Discord?
No.
I found it.
You found it? Pin it. Pin it right the fuck now.
Oh hey!
Oh
I
my
showed you the
God.
man.
Pin it right the fuck now.
It's so awesome that you can actually just
right
pin
the
messages
fuck
with your
now.
friends in DMs. It's so funny.
No, that's me explaining it to you.
But that should also be close to where it is. Right? 'Cause
Fuck!
you-
I think you told me out loud.
Oh my god.
Did I talk to you about? Oh no. All right, so I can tell you essentially what it was. I can tell people essentially what it was. But I'm so surprised I didn't send it to you. I'm sure I sent it to you. Something must have, I don't know. Either way,
Something has gone
Muna
wrong.
has had a vision, has had a dream that a meteor is going to fall down onto the land of Cherished.
Okay, so it was a me.
What?
I just want. Oh yes,
Muna has had a vision that a large, very large thing of earth and rock. And again, just to preface this may not be real, or it may not be exactly what it seems to be. That being said, Muna has seen.
It's very funnily timed, is the part.
Muna has seen in their vision, in their premonition, from their catastrophe card, because all these are catastrophes, all these are bad things, what appeared to be a literal like fucking town-sized meteor. Like the asteroid that was going to destroy things in Armageddon.
You got Majora's Mask.
The moon.
It looked like there was going to be a rock the size of a moon coming at it. I didn't think much of it, so.
In their vision, it seemed to like just land and go straight down onto wherever Muna was looking up at.
Yes, that's why I've been looking up a few times, and also makes me a bit protective of our little lighthouse library at home.
I'm very happy that I have wrote down the things, the repercussions of them on my own shit. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, you must have said it out loud because I scrolled down from there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It'd be weird if he gave me the premonition before what the card does.
I think literally me telling you out loud was the kick in the pants I needed to remember to send the other one to Emerald.
That had to be it. That had to be.
Because I know I sent it to you guys on the same day.
Yep, that had to be it.
Anyway.
Well, I suppose this one's an easier one, right? If it's actually real, then we'll see it coming.
If it's actually real, we're all going to die.
Well, in a cosmological sense, we're all going to die anyway.
You can fight the rock, right?
I'm pretty sure if we saw... I'm pretty sure we haven't seen anything orbiting the planet that makes you immediately think it would hit it like that.
Except for all the mines in high orbit.
They're not the size of a moon.
What about the moon itself, then?
Together?
Do we have a moon?
There's a moon.
There's a moon?
Yeah, because the moonlight shines down on the town.
Is there one moon or multiple moons?
There's one moon.
Okay, cool. It's not another fucking Nat 19 thing where they find out, oh, there are two moons or whatever.
Fucking hell.
Lived fucking 30 years old, never looked up once.
That moon is an egg.
Giant cherished moon.
There's the moon that could be dropped on us, and I don't even think if I was at my peak as a dragon, I could maybe slow it down, theoretically, but I couldn't stop it.
If you were if you were the size of whatever that was back there, that would not be the moon. You would still fit. There could be cities inside of the moon.
So you would need to be. Remember when we first arrived, the impossibly large dark side, hell side thing we saw, that just stood on the planet like it were just standing on a ball. You need to be that big to stop a moon.
Or you could also try and get that guardian, but even then, I don't know how big it is. A falling moon is a conundrum I don't think I've ever had to think about before.
We still also don't know if it's a true thing that could happen.
It is just a dream, Muna. That being said, now that you've told this to your fellow players...
Why would you do this to your fucking self? Why are you like this?
They enjoy drama.
I'm afraid I have to hit you all with a curse.
What did I do?
Hey, the music changed. What's going on?
I would like for everyone here, and I'm very sorry about this. I would like for everyone to hear to give me 4 stat points.
Oh.
4.
Wait, everyone. Hold on.
Everyone here, give me 4 stat points.
It's like, I am not asking.
Ooh.
Oh shit, now I feel bad because it's not just me.
Your actions have consequences.
There's a reason I said not to tell anyone.
1, 2.
That being said, I will give these back to you at a different time, and you can reallocate them wherever you want at a different time. You can also, with this, go into negatives if you'd like.
You
cannot
need to
go.
stop this.
You cannot go beyond -3.
Damn it.
I see.
You just let me know if you're going into negatives.
Shit.
Fuck.
So,
What if I don't have any points in a stack? Can I just take the -3?
-3
Yeah.
resilience.
Okay.
You're gonna go to -3 resilience.
Yep.
Okay. Bloop bloop. You still have to give me 2 more points.
Since it's a curse, let's actually take away some of my stuff. Let's not. Resilience, I feel. I'd say a little power. Let's get rid of little power.
Okay. You know that by getting rid of 2 resilience and by taking away 2 willpower, I may lower your health, right?
Look, I need to punish myself somehow.
All right.
Let's make this a punishment. If I'm hurting my friends, then I hurt myself.
Yeah, you are, fucker. This is tough. I guess that. Do I want to take a -3 negotiation?
Trying to think.
That'd be really funny.
However you're done, you can have them.
Got 2.
What you got?
Here you go.
What'd you get rid of?
I took 2 off willpower and 2 off negotiation.
Okay. Put those right there.
Because hearing, hey, perhaps we're all gonna die by a meteor isn't the greatest way to lift up your spirits.
Essentially now, unfortunately, like with Lil, now each time you guys look up at the sky, there's a little twinge of like, is there a fucking moon falling? Is that what's going on?
I guess I will do this, and I will take a negative into demeanor.
How many in demeanor?
1.
Negative?
Because I
1?
only need 1 more, because I only do 4 stats.
What'd you take away?
I took away one from agility, negotiation, and insight.
Okay.
I do like the idea that learning about the impending doom does make you less sexy.
Gilgamesh, what about you?
Fuck it, I balled. -3 negotiation.
Fucking we ball.
I don't negotiate, I demand. So,
You're the mean.
I demean. I really am not sure what else to pull from. You can have a single stat point from strength as a
Okay.
treat.
Oh, so delicious.
You guys all feel the dread from above you. You guys feel that whenever you notice this, or that whenever you look up in the darkness above you, in the pure darkness, you wonder, is there a moon that's gonna fall on us from this darkness that we can't see the real sky in? Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the random effects thing on the combat tracker, and I'm going to remove the bad effects of catastrophe from both Muna and Hibiki, leaving only
Hooray.
Zarel with bad effects of paranoia, which I'm not sure if we've given you yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, because I'm a dummy. Oh wait, you still have to sleep anyway. We're fine.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah. As you guys walk your way out from the other side of the chasm, you feel your eyes adjusting to the bright light once more. However, it does look as if the sun is going down. You guys step out at the base of the mountain. Coming out from what you can tell, looking back behind you, is a cave mouth. It seems to be facing in the opposite direction of where you think you would have came out from, but there's a cave mouth.
This is fine. I understand this.
I know, but I'll accept it as such.
As you guys step out from the cave mouth, as you guys look over toward what appears to be a large cliffside town in front of you, you do note, as the lights are going down, as night is approaching, lights on the cliffside town seem to be turning on in their windows, showing that people are probably there, far off in the distance. As you guys are approaching the cliffside town, coming out from the mountain, looking up toward the sky in a slight panic, seeing if there's a mountain or not coming down, I think we're going to end things off there for tonight.
We saved the thing.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the nothing.
We finished the quest. We finished quest 1. Get man button.
So true. We didn't do that.
If you would have went up toward where the fucking windy god was at the top, it would have been very funny to me. But that was the path I thought you were going to go down, because it's like, oh, I'm putting a god in front of you. Of course you guys are going to go that way.
And then we decided tunnels.
No, yeah. Then you decided tunnels. I'm like, all right, I guess we're going to see this guy. I guess we're seeing God Eater today.
Honestly, we picked right.
I agree. I
got 2 stat ups, and I got a new funny slight card.
I'll be sure to tell you.
You got some stat downs.
I'll be sure to tell you, by the way, Hibiki, whenever we get to the place I thought was gonna be the place that you were gonna lose your curse at.
Cool. Now I can face that with no issues.
All right.
But yeah, we're gonna end things here for the night. We're gonna go ahead and end the recording. That way people can run away if they need to. Hope you guys have a fun time. Next week, we're gonna come back with some more of this. It's gonna be interesting. Until next time, guys.
Keep showing up. We might have 2 sessions in a row again.
Hopefully.
Hold on. You could believe in anything.
Hopefully. Maybe you guys will get to go to bed. Until next time, guys. Like always. Later days.
Bye-bye.
Bye.